Welcome to the Midnight Lounge, hosted by your main man, Uncle Freezy. Sit back and relax, unwind, enjoy the midnight conversation. Usually, we'll be joined by any and many of my friends who come in and help set the vibe, all for you. Again, welcome to the Midnight Lounge. Let's start the show.
Yo, welcome to Vibes and Stuff, everybody. I'm your number one Chief Rock. I'm joined by the Tri-Barrel Gigolo from the Dead Ain't Rap podcast, man. Support Dead Ain't Rap and make sure y'all subscribe to both channels. Check us out, man. Salute. Glad to have everybody here. Try, what's good, bro?
Chilling, bro. How you doing?
Man, trying to get these subscribers up, dog.
Yes.
I'm out here begging in these streets, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. I had begging in these streets to get these subscribers up, man. So they can help grow the channel and such. So they can enjoy these conversations like the one we're about to have, man.
Right.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So so what did y'all talk about on y'all last episode on That Ain't Rap podcast?
Last week we did. Week before last we were talking. We were talking about like the NFL draft coming up,
Right.
and we talked about Smith and Wesson's new album and the sound of that, and it was like a whole bunch of stuff we were talking about. But that was like basically the majority of the conversation was like that. Should the Giants draft Shador or Travis Hunter, and then we talked about the Smith and Wesson album.
Bro, I love the Cocoa Brothers, bro.
Yeah.
You know,
I had some issues with that album though. Like the album is dope, but it had more of a hip hop soul sound to it.
Ooh.
You know,
they sound like they getting in the old man bag.
I think so. And it's not a bad thing. I just was like, it threw me off because like I was so accustomed to hearing them, do like the Bucktown and the gritty stuff, but
Yeah.
they decided to take like a more R&B, sound to this album.
Oh, I'm gonna have to buy that joint, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Man, I like them dudes, bro. And at first I ain't even gonna front. And I'm gonna tell you something. It's so funny, bro.
Right.
You know how I'm like the this or that king.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it's this, it can't ever be that with me.
Right.
Like how earlier we talked about the Osley brothers.
Yeah.
Like if I choose one, bro, I don't feel like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I ever told you about how I chose, I don't know if this is a click or not,
Mm-hmm.
but I chose the Far Side, the Alcoholics, and what's the group that did 93 Till?
Souls of Mischief.
Souls of Mischief. So I chose them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for years, I missed out on Del the Funky Homo Sapien. I missed out on Razkaz. I missed out on a lot of dudes because I am Mr. This or that. Right. And so I messed around and everybody was talking about Razkaz. I was like, man, and they're like, yo, you wildin'.
Right.
And I'm like, man, that dude, man, who is Razkaz, bro? This is just me talking just random, right? And I didn't know that Razkaz had like a following.
Yeah.
Him and Del the Funky Homo Sapien, right? They have a following, bro.
Oh yeah.
And so I was like, man, they trash. Just talking random.
Del is Ice Cube's cousin.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. And I think like from that, like he had that following with I Wish My Brother George Was Here and all the other albums and then creating Hyrule Crew.
Yeah. So I went back and started listening because I honestly believe
Mhm.
you cannot have a top 10 rap albums of all time
Right.
without Death Certificate.
I
I
agree.
think Death Certificate is the quintessential hip hop album,
Yeah.
right? Because for those that don't know, Death Certificate has a death side and a life side,
Right.
right? And like the awakening, like
Mhm.
the whole project is um um a theme.
Right.
And at the end of it, they wrap it up. Ice Cube wraps it up with no Vaseline.
Mhm.
And so when you listen to it, it's like all these joints that take you on this journey, right? And so back then when I bought it, I didn't
Yeah.
know that there was like Bomb Squad influence stuff there. Nothing. I didn't know that.
Right.
I thought Ice Cube was just that dude from NWA. Like,
And the right. Right.
Jerry Curl, the head dudes, they ain't gonna do nothing.
Right.
This is, and bro, I never forget. I got it in December of 1991,
Mhm.
and I have not lived a singular day without having that album somewhere.
That's crazy. That was actually the my first time listening to an Ice Cube album. Cause like growing up, like I wasn't, because NWA was so raw. I like my mom was like, she didn't want me to listen to them, so I didn't grow up listening to NWA.
Right, right,
But
right,
I remember going into, I went to buy my first pair of Timbs at there's this store called Mr. Sports downtown Brooklyn,
right,
and
right.
they were playing a Horny Little Devil in the store,
Yeah,
and I'm with my mom, and and she's looking at me because they were blasting the song, and
joint.
yeah, it was he was just saying some crazy stuff on the track, and my mom is looking at me like, who's that rapping? And I told her it's Ice Cube, and she's like, never buy that never buy that
Yeah,
album.
right, right, right.
And so that was like my first introduction to Ice Cube after he left NWA, and that album is phenomenal.
Yeah, bro. I heard a dude on that album. It's
Mm,
because I didn't respect the West Coast dudes' lyricism. I thought they
right.
were great storytellers,
Mm.
right? Like I thought they were like in a who's the greatest storyteller of all time? Like
Slick Rick.
before them,
Oh, before them.
yeah,
Oh
pro-
man.
probably Slick Rick.
Yeah.
Because when Slick Rick did Lottie Dottie, that set the
Right.
whole storytelling thing.
Right.
That created a lane on the spot,
Yeah.
right? Just telling the story. For those that remember when Lottie Dottie and the show used to come on 98.7 Kiss FM in
Hmm.
the afternoons and say you were a junior in high school, man, and you know what I'm saying, whatever.
Right.
But when I heard um the dude say Killer Cali, the place that we kill over colors, cuz brothers don't know the deal. And I
Hmm.
was like, yo, this dude
Yeah.
has a flow.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, when I heard that, I was like, yeah, these dudes over here, they can rap. You gotta
Oh yeah.
respect them.
Yeah.
Right. 'Cause I didn't respect West Coast dudes up until that point because of their cadence and flow.
Right.
Because it was there was I listened to the Sir Mix-a-Lot album
Hmm.
and I was like, they're creative, but I don't know. Right. Because I think Posse on Broadway is a top 1,000 rap song of all time.
Right.
Right. Now, now, is it Baby Got Back? Baby Got Back to some, maybe a top 50 rap song of all time.
Mm.
Right. I personally don't think so. I think
Yeah.
the song itself is great.
Mm.
But when you come from rap, you're like, I don't know about that, bro.
It was a big hit, but I don't, even with him, I don't think people respected So Mix a Lot.
Not lyrically.
Yeah.
Not there. Yo, because I mean, My Hoopty was a dope song,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um, Biscuits to me was a dope song.
Right.
Like he had dope songs, bro. It was kind of like Def Jeff-ish to me.
Right.
For those that remember Def Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
Give it here. Don't say nothing. Give it here. Don't. Yeah, Def did that. But for Ice Cube, bro, when I heard Death Certificate, I was like,
Right.
this is the beginning of something. Now, he disappointed me
Mm-hmm.
with The Predator, even though The Predator was dope.
Really? You was disappointed by that?
Not, but you got to hear me out on it.
Uh-huh.
The Predator is different from Death Certificate.
Yeah.
Right? See, because in Death Certificate, this is the Ice Cube Farrakhan era.
Right.
Of like you're a street gangster making a transition, discovering yourself, and then The Predator is more about Ice Cube showing off rap skills.
Right.
To me, in my opinion.
Yeah. He has some joints on that album though, like the
Yeah.
stuff that DJ Muggs produced on there,
Yep.
and he picked the right singles, and
Yep.
that's a masterpiece to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Cypress Hill, bro.
Yeah, love them.
Yeah. That's another group where I don't think I have their first album.
Mm.
But when the first time I heard Be Real, my homeboy, my roommate in the military,
Right.
came in a room rapping, "Hey, don't miss out on what you're passing. You're missing the Huda of the funky Buddha, the Buddha of the sound to get." So come on, it's like starts to kick it. And so he was doing the thing, but he from that.
Right.
I'm not from that. I'm from Jersey City. I'm from the New York tri-state area, man. All of us, whether it's boundaries or borders or not, man, all of us is like an hour apart from each other, man. Brooklyn, Bronx, Jersey City, Newark, Patterson, Passaic,
Right.
Connecticut, whoever. Everybody is like right there in that little area, or not little area, but in that area. And so we listen to the same stuff. But when my roommate came in the room, I was like, "Yo, why you keep?" He was like, "Yo, that's Cypress Hill, bro." He like, "Yo, they gonna be the greatest group ever."
Yeah.
And I was like, and at that time, we're like, greatest group ever. Are you crazy? better than I think, bro, think about in 1992,
Right.
when you say the greatest groups ever, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you say that, let me see. Let me do this. Coach just hit me up. Let me do this. I'm gonna respond to Coach. I'm gonna just respond to Coach real quick.
Cypress, I love Cypress Soul because like we thought they were from over here. We thought they were from New York because they had that boom bap sound.
Yeah.
And like at least for the first album, when the self-titled one came out in '91, they did the how to just kill a man video in Harlem, and you
Yep.
had Ice Cube show up on the set of that, and Q-Tip, and so we automatically thought they were from here.
Yeah.
They didn't have like a West Coast.
We thought they was from the Bronx. They
Yeah,
look like Bronx dudes.
they didn't have a West Coast sound like compared to everybody else at that time. So it's like Muggs is from here, and then he moved out to Cali, so he already had that New York flavor in his production.
Right.
And that's why I like them so much, because they were West Coast, but they didn't have the West Coast sound, and then they incorporated the Latino culture in their music.
His cadence was fast.
Yeah, he had the nasal flow, and he didn't sound like nobody.
Yeah. And so, but when Johnson told me, he was like, "Yo, this Cypress Hill is gonna be the greatest rap group ever," and I was thinking, over Kid and Play? Are you serious?
Right.
Over NWA?
Yeah.
Over who was the greatest rap group then?
Public
It wasn't
Enemy was
Public.
out too.
Public
Enemy was out at that time.
But
EPMD.
EPMD maybe.
Yeah.
But Public Enemy had just dropped a dud at the time, at the same. So I was a little sour on them. It was It wasn't a dud. It just
Uh,
didn't live up to
you
the
talking
first
about
two albums.
Apocalypse 91? You didn't like that?
Shout out to Chuck
No.
D and Flavor
What?
Flav, bro.
Ah, come on. I love that album.
You know what my favorite joint off there is, right? Everybody's favorite
Which one?
joint.
Shut Them Down?
Welcome to the Terror Dome.
No, that was Fear of a Black Planet. That's the album before. That was 90. And then 91 is Apocalypse 91 with Can't Trust It, and By the Time I Get Back to Arizona.
Yeah, that's right. You're right.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. No, that album was hype.
I loved it, man. That was like I think I rushed us to the record store to buy those.
And the Pete Rock remix has got
Yeah.
at that time was the greatest remix ever, bro.
Oh,
At the
yeah, for
time.
sure. Even Pete Rock said it like that was like the remix that got him a lot of business.
Bro, because when you listen to it in your headphones,
Mhm.
the horns used to go out of one headphone and come in the other headphone.
Right.
And it used to go back and forth in your headphones.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, this is magic.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
For real.
Yeah.
You know.
Shout out to
You had
Gangstar.
Gangstar in 92, P Rock and Seal Smooth. It was a lot.
They were still kind of new to me.
Yeah. Tribe was out there.
But for him to say, so the groups you're naming, when they came out with Cypress Hill, when he said that, all those groups were new, like
Right.
one album in.
Yeah.
Right. Just except for Public Enemy, I mean.
Right.
Right. And so when you're talking about Tribe may have had a second album.
Yeah, they had two by then.
They the Low End Theory came out in 91, right?
91, right. And then Midnight Marauders was 93.
90 classic.
Yeah.
Classic, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Classic. I would say it's the greatest rap album of all time, but I can't. I think it's, bro. I named the channel Vibes and stuff, bro.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Low End Theory, though. I love Low End Theory too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah, that's always like a hard argument, like which Tribe album is the best one.
Oh, wait a minute. So you don't ever put the last Tribe album in that conversation?
For me, for Tribe, I think it's between Low End Theory and Midnight Marauders. That's their best albums. You know what I mean? And it's like, for me, I have like different experiences with it, because like when Low End Theory came out, I was in elementary school, and then I was in high school by the time Midnight Marauders came out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I think that's their best two albums. Like, you know, their other albums, like their first album was great, and Beats, Rhymes, and Life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Distinctive Travels, Beats, Rhymes, and Life.
People's Instinctive Travels. That was a great debut album that it doesn't really get a lot of recognition. You know?
Yeah. And I think it was. I'm a Tribe fan.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I think right now they should do an album with Consequence. Right now.
They did Beats, Rhymes, and Life.
Yeah, no, I'm saying just to keep the Tribe thing going,
Right.
is what I'm saying.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying saying that they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying I think they should keep it going because Thanks for Your Service, bro. It's almost 10 years old.
That was dope too.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
That album is almost 10 years. It'll be 10 years old next year.
Yep. Crazy.
But when Johnson said that Cypress Hill is gonna be the greatest group ever, I'm thinking, bro, are you really you think they're better than the Juice Crew? I'm merely speaking to my thinking in that moment, not right now, of course. Right. You're thinking they're better than NWA? I didn't think NWA was gonna last, to be honest, because there was so many dudes that can rhyme, right? There was, when you're thinking, yo, try, I'm gonna say this, bro, and think about how dumb I sound now saying this, even though I'm gonna just say this. when NWA was out, I kept telling people that group will never last because
Wow.
it's got too many MCs and people that can rap and produce.
Right.
Right. And now that I said, I'm like, what was I thinking?
Well, I mean, you didn't know at that time.
Too many rappers.
Yeah.
I thought Poison Clan.
Mm-hmm.
I thought groups like Poison Clan. Oh God, what's the other group? Me So Horny group.
Oh, Two Live Crew.
Two Live Crew.
Yeah.
I was like, they'll never last, bro.
Mm-hmm.
anytime a group legitimately can have 4 dudes, 5 dudes rapping,
Yeah.
it's not gonna last. That's what I was thinking.
And look at Wu-Tang Clan. They come in '93, 9 MCs.
Right after I said that, here come Wu-Tang Clan, bro.
Yeah. And look what happened with them.
Yep. 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 Yeah, man. And so it's one of them things where you can't ever say never because you don't really know.
Right.
But on the Razzcast and Dell thing though,
Mm-hmm.
I find myself defending West Coast rappers to the even now, bro. Bro, you can't tell me nothing about Vince Staples, bro.
He's
To me,
dope.
Vince Staples is damn near the GOAT, in my
I
opinion.
don't know. I like Vince. I've only heard a couple of his projects. I haven't heard everything. But I mean, I don't know. I've heard. I don't
What
want to say
about
it's
the game?
overrated.
What about
Huh?
the game?
Oh yeah, I like the game. Yeah, no, not my issue with the game. Very early on in his career, when he first came out, I feel like he was name dropping too much, and
Yeah.
then that just became like part of his style.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But game has a couple classics. Documentary was a masterpiece, and the second album, Doctor's Advocate, was great.
Yeah.
You
Is
know,
is he a top 10 rapper of all time?
nah, I can't put him in there. It's too many goats before him.
Is he better than AZ
Nah, lyrically, I think AZ's better.
lyrically? What?
Yeah, I think lyrically AZ is better.
Is AZ better than Nas?
Nah,
What?
nah. Nas is like on a different tier to me than A.
Is AZ better than Jay-Z?
Nope,
What?
I don't think he is either. Az is he's good. It's different levels. You know, there's different levels. Like there's God tier, and then we got like the tier below God tier, and I don't feel like Az is better than Nas or J. Lyrically,
Is AZ better than Jada?
that's debatable. I do think he has a better catalog than Jada. I don't feel like Jada has a one classic album, but I think Az his catalog is solid.
I think Jada.
You only talking about singular rappers, or we bringing in groups to the mix?
Coach, what up?
What up? What
Yo,
up? What up?
I'm sorry, I'm just finishing up this cereal now. Then I'll rock.
Milky cereal, baby.
LL,
Yeah, man.
classic.
Classic. Classic. LL Cool J to me. Oh, let me try. I've been wanting to ask you this for about 2 or 3 years, but the timing has just never been right. Who has the dopest intro verse of any song you ever heard?
Mm, I'm gonna give that to Inspector Deck on Triumph. I think that's like that. I've seen his lyrics on T-shirts and mugs. That's how
Yes,
iconic it is. You
bro.
know,
You mean like the best, like when you first come into the song,
Yep.
the intro of like a
Mhm.
rapper for the first time?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
I for years, I ain't gonna front. For years, I thought it was songs like "Don't Call It a Comeback." I've been here for years. Like as soon as you hear that, you're like,
Right.
oh, right. But maybe that's top 20 and not top 5.
Mm-hmm. What
Or
about Run on Down with the King? His opening verse. I think Run was like a good table setter for a lot of tracks.
and then it is, but then it isn't. Okay. I don't want to give him credit though, because that's Fredro Starr. Hey, Run, say this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
I mean, but even before then, though, like on the early Run DMC stuff, he was like he set the tone for a lot of those records.
Yeah. Hmm.
I mean,
There are a lot of them, bro.
Juicy. When Biggie comes in,
Yeah,
it was all a dream.
I do like that.
I used to read Word Up magazine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even his verse on the Flavor in Your Ear remix.
He got.
Where he started that off.
Yeah.
Then Drake, though, first name, last name ever.
Mm-hmm.
First name
Yeah.
greatest. That was a fire intro verse.
Yeah, that was. And when it comes to these verses, bro, it's like even LL with Around the Way Girl Coach. Think about what that man say on around the first verse. As soon as he started, he's like, yo, I want a girl with extensions in her hair, bamboo earrings, at least 2 pair, a Fendi bag, and a bad attitude.
Dude.
That's all I need to get me in a good mood. She can walk with a switch and talk with street slang. I love it when a girl ain't scared to do a thing. Standing at the bus stop, sucking on a lollipop. Once she gets started, it's hard to make the hottie stop. And as soon as you hear the word hottie, you know that's a term from back then. We used to call it. We call them cuties, hotties, shorties, but hotties was a specific thing from like 89, 90.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like when somebody comes in with a verse like when somebody comes in with a verse like once upon a time, not long ago, when people wore pajamas and lived life slow, when laws were stern and justice stood, and people were behaving like they ought to. You know what I'm saying? When you hear verses like, you're like, dang, bro, this is iconic, bro. Like just to start off a song. Bro, yeah, man. Yeah, man.
I mean,
Yeah, man.
Nas, New York State of Mind. That's pretty fire coming in, too.
What about AZ, bro? What about AZ on Life's a Bitch? You ever heard that verse?
Yes.
Bro, it's the pinnacle of New York City, bro. It's the pinnacle of the, and not just the city, but New York, the whole area, right? Like, dudes is like maybe becoming 5%ers, but the streets is drawing them in another direction. And these dudes is like 16, 17 years old, living the life of somebody that's 40, not knowing if they gonna, you know what I'm saying, live from one day to the next because of all the stuff that they keep stirred up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. I love Nas. Oh, Alfred Griffin reminding us. Bro, I have that verse committed to memory, bro.
Yeah. I said that the deck verse from Triumph, where he started it off.
Yep, he sure did. Yeah, he did. Yeah. I don't know if Griffin was here though when
Right.
but every time I hear the beat to that, I'm like, bro, when somebody says they bomb atomically, Socrates' philosophies and hypotheses
Hypotheses.
can't define how they dropping these mockeries lyrically performed on
On robbery.
robberies. Flee with the lottery, possibly.
They spotted me.
They spotted me. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. What did we say?
Yep.
That's poetry, bro. That's
Yeah.
Coach, what's the greatest rap verse you ever heard?
Damn. I don't know. There's ones that get me like hype. Like when I hear, see, there's a difference between like the lyrically, like the best verse, like the writing and the like performing of it, I guess, like the flow and the
Right.
cadence of it. But then it's like what ones sound the best. You know, it's hard. Like for me, one of the ones that just always stand out to me is when Biggie's verse when he comes in on Notorious Thug. Oh, that verse is so fire every time. Armed and dangerous. But when just the way he raps on that he was so good.
That
I
man
was
said
like,
straight up, we don't angel us, label us notorious.
Yeah, bro. It's just there was something about just his cadence and just the way he flowed on that was so fire to me. I don't know why that one always stands out to me. I mean, the first time, this reminds me of, I know, a lot of times you talk about that first time you heard like Nirvana, like the Smells Like Teen Spirit thing, like what it did to you about like that kind of music. Like when Eminem first came out, and he came out and like did the My Name Is.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm like, what is this?
Bro, that right. But even with Eminem in the 8 Mile song, when he says
yeah.
armed and ready, some
Oh yeah.
spaghetti.
Moms, yeah.
Vomit on the sweater already.
Yeah,
Mom spaghetti. Bro, come man. Bro.
And as far as hooks go in rap songs, that's one of the hottest hooks in a gonna lose yourself in the music. That's pretty fire. That
Bro, for years I called Eminem the GOAT. I don't know if he's the GOAT anymore, but man,
I think he's still one. He's definitely one of the GOATs.
I mean, he's a mount on the Mount Rushmore for sure.
Right.
If you ask me, if you got 4 dudes, and we've done these Mount Rushmores before, it's tough. It's hard.
Yeah.
Right.
But I gotta give him. I gotta put him on there.
Bro, there are so many, man. I don't know if y'all love Lupe Fiasco like I do, but Lupe, man, has some stuff, bro.
I don't. I ain't got a problem with Lupe. I like his stuff. I like Craig Mack too.
I like Craig Mack.
Like there's dude. I mean, I'm not saying he's not super popular, but he just fell through the cracks of like what was. I mean, he came out when there was some just legends. He's like someone people forget, and he had just kind of a normal name. You know, he didn't have no MC something, or I mean, even though Mac, I don't think that's not his real name. Like Mac was you know, a term. You know,
Mm.
Mac Daddy.
Oh, you know what the greatest try. Coach, you know what the greatest opening verse is
What's that?
of a song, and I don't know how it just slipped through my mind. I'm just sitting here and it just dawned on me.
Mm.
Andre 3000 joint on Underground King. Joint.
I mean,
Oh, international player.
Yes.
That joint, yeah, that was dope.
he got a lot of good verses.
Man. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Just thinking about that makes me think. When I hear that song, I always think that's an Outkast song.
Right.
Like when somebody is so dope on your joint where you're like, wait a minute, that's a UGK song?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he had some fire verses when he started creeping in on some Goody Mob joints.
Yeah.
Like when he first started, coming out. Didn't he do a couple verses with them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Bro, KRS had a verse when he says, and I'm reading it too. How many MCs must get dissed before somebody says, don't F with Chris? This is just one style out of many. Like a piggy bank, this is one penny. My brother's name is Kenny. That's Kenny Parker. My other brother, ICU, is much darker. Boogie Down Productions is made up of teachers. The lecture, yeah. KRS had some verses.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
that Channel Live joint, Madism, he made that song what it is.
he made that song what it is, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
See, the
Yeah.
thing is, like Outkast for me, like they got there's their popular one, but remember when we were talking earlier today how there's songs and then there's other songs now you just kind of skip over.
Yeah.
Like with Outkast, some of their fire ones weren't even the popular ones.
Right.
To me, in the industry, Aqua Mini, that was kind of popular, but it wasn't like pop popular.
Right.
But his verses on that joint, I gotta go back and hear that song. Yeah, it's been a while since I listened to it.
Yeah. Can you believe that's
That
30 years
Aqua
ago,
Mini
bro?
album, how old is it?
30 years.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Yep. Yep. I remember that. I bought Equimini and I bought
I always call it Aqua Mini.
yeah, and because of the way you spell it, guys. I bought Equimini and try what's the one that came out after that with two dope
Franconia?
boys in a Cadillac.
Oh,
What
that
is it?
AT Aliens. That was 96.
AT Aliens.
Yeah.
So Equimini came out after, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
98.
Yeah.
Ooh. Sorry, I had to sneak a listen while we were talking. God, that's so good.
Bro, AT Aliens to me is a classic. I think
Oh yeah.
in my opinion, I think it's a top 100 rap album of all time. Easy.
Yeah.
Now, where you rank it in that top 100, I don't even care. I don't even want to do the arguing, bro. You know what I'm saying? But if you can only keep 100 rap albums ever, right? AT Aliens has to be one.
Oh yeah. That's my favorite Outkast album. The sound of it and the album concept, like all the song titles went with the album,
Yep.
and then like when you look at the album booklet, it was like a mini comic book, and
Yep.
that whole album is fire.
Yep. Yep. Wait a minute. Did you say that's your favorite album?
Yeah, that's my
Wow.
favorite Outkast album. Yeah.
I can't believe that came out. Oh,
Something happened. But all right, whatever. Bro, I can't, bro. I ain't gonna front, bro. This speaker box to Love Below.
That was great. But which album do you like better? You like Love Below or Speaker Box?
I think Roses tilts it towards
Love Below.
Love Below. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think you can't have I think both are great,
Mhm.
but the way you move and Roses are so dope, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. Hey Ya and Roses
Yeah.
are so dope.
you know what's amazing about Hey Ya? Because of the style of the song, people don't tend to appreciate the lyrics of that, what it's really about.
Right.
Like,
Right.
there's this kind of like an eclectic band from England called Sleep Token that just came out. They're starting to get super popular. They've been around for a little bit. They do a cover of Hey Ya, but it's like a slowed down piano.
Yeah, I think I heard that. I think I heard that before.
It's like a piano version, and it's really like just really airy, and his voice is real like echoey, and he's when he sings the lyrics of Hey Ya, you couldn't believe how beautiful that song really is. Like the lyrics,
Right.
because that song it's like, and it's like beep, 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 beep. It's all happy, and like the music's kind of fun, and the music video was always kind of cheesy,
Right.
that was his thing. But like the lyrics and that,
Right.
but the way you move always gets me too. Though I always just
Get you on a dance
that's
floor.
just you can't help it.
Bro, I'm scrolling through and the songs Coach said, man, like Notorious Thugs, bro.
Yeah.
I honestly think Notorious Thugs might be a top 10 big song.
Yeah.
I know New York folks don't necessarily like it because he flipped up his style.
Nah, well, I loved it because like I grew up on Bone Thugs,
Right.
so it was almost like when you hear that song, he was like paying homage to their style of rap
Yeah,
and flipping it, and I thought it was dope. I'm like, yo, like the stuff that Big could do lyrically
yeah.
was just phenomenal.
Yeah. How about I'm looking at a list. How y'all like Lil Kim as a rapper?
I thought she was dope. I mean, we knew that Big used to write for her, that she sounded so much like him.
Yeah.
But I mean, like she had to hold it down after he passed away. I think she had a good career.
Yeah, I mean, like, unfortunately, I mean, I never want to disrespect or have ageism or whatever, but there's a certain time where your age, as far as rap goes, like your style, like how you were when you were younger, like things change. Like things change in your life because a lot of the content you rapped about and how hungry you were or how mad you were at whoever or you were struggling that fueled a lot of energy and lyrics, in early rappers' careers. Then all of a sudden, the money, the fame, like what you got to be sore about anymore. Now you comfortable, and some artists like Lil Kim, she changed. Like, man, and I'm not trying to make her the way her look, because unfortunately, female rappers, the way they've twisted into now with the whole, the sex part is in the mix nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like with the Nicki Minaj and stuff, and Megan Thee Stallion and things like that.
I always thought they were dope. They just don't say nothing.
Yeah.
Like it don't like what they be talking about that it don't weigh nothing.
Right.
It's like Glorilla.
Mhm.
All of them, it's like a garbage bag full of feathers to me. Like it's a lot, but
Yeah,
it don't
yeah.
weigh nothing.
Yeah.
Ain't no weight to it. It's not like I think Glorilla. I give an example. I think Glorilla is a better rapper than Guru from Gangstar.
What?
Right? Yep. I think so. I think
What?
she. Yep.
Glorilla? You think Glorilla is better than Guru?
Yep.
Oh man.
Yep. Yep. I think it. Bro, I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. I think, and I like Guru, by the way. I like Guru, but Guru is an 80s rapper, right? That took the cadence and the how you do it into the 90s, and you could still tell he was an 80s rapper rapping in the 90s because his producer was so dope. Right?
He was.
Like think about this. What if Guru and DJ Premier were never together and Guru could give out all those Gangstar beats to everybody?
I think he still would be a dope MC though.
I think he'd still be dope, right? I think he'd still be dope, but I think he'd be in that LL category of an 80s rapper rapping in the 2000s.
But see, LL had to really, when he came out with his album last year with Q-Tip, he had to really learn how to rap again and have new flows. He couldn't sound like he did back in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah. And I think he still sound like it. And I'm a huge LL fan, by the way.
Mm.
I didn't buy that album. I probably hadn't bought an LL album since. Ooh, oh! I hadn't bought an LL album since Mr. Smith.
Oh my God.
95.
Wow. 30 years ago. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Yo.
man. And shout out to LL too, bro. No disrespect. And that's probably why my guy I didn't even buy the joint with Love You Better on it. I didn't even buy that.
I didn't like that. 10? I think no, was that the 10 album?
No, that was
forget.
10. That was
I forgot what album that was.
The one with A. Marie, the Drink to Paradise.
Yeah, I think that was the 10 album, I think.
Okay.
I didn't like that.
Yeah, Coach. I did. Yeah. The last rap album I bought was Common and Pete Rock. No, Rakim latest album.
That was dope. I love the Common and Pete Rock album though.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Bro, I always keep $15 saved though, just in case somebody from the past comes out where I can buy their album. Like Uncle Freezy, you want a pizza pie, or do you want this new Common album? What's food? I can live without food. You know what I'm saying? That's
What do you think about some of these? I mean, is there any new female rappers in the rap game now that?
My favorite is Glorilla. That's my favorite.
I cannot believe you said Glorilla is better than Guru. I'm still bugging off of that. Like Guru has so many quotables. What I've never quoted anything from Glorilla.
Yo, the times change, bro. Like Glorilla sounds like the down south boys that rap. And so when you hear her, you like, I don't know about this shit. Right. And but the thing about it is when you hear how these words fit together, you know she's not she's not Gangsta Boo.
Right.
Right. She's not Mia X.
Mhm.
Like somebody that can rap a little bit, but since she's a girl, you give her praise. Glorilla is a rapper. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I see her. Right. Now, is she better than Meg Thee Stallion? I don't know. It depends on what you like. If you like Meg, if you like that Meg style, like when I listen to Meg, all I think about is,
Mhm.
the stuff surrounding her. When she
Right.
rap, I'm like, okay.
What
Okay.
about Doechii? You like that? You like her?
Nah, she got off on the wrong foot with me, bro.
How?
What's she do to
Why?
you?
When she was talking, remember that? Remember when she came out, when she first came out, she was talking about that I'm not black shit, all the black, I'm not black stuff. You
Well,
gotta
because
respect my
she's
culture.
I like it
Nigerian.
all.
So when she say that, I'm like, bro, I mean,
What you mean?
it's just disrespectful to our culture, bro.
I know what
Like,
you're saying.
like you black, we know you black. Your parents are black, right? Your parents say you black. You coming out, you saying you not. What I mean, it's just it's like everybody has like certain lines that you can cross and you can't, right? Like I don't judge nobody on nothing, right? I don't judge anybody on anything, right? If you have certain things that you like or dislike, I'm like, okay. Like if your politics go a certain way, but you root for the Knicks, I focus on the Knicks part. Your
Right.
politics part, that's up to you. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I'm not gonna say don't do it. I'm just like, hey man, do you. Long as you ain't got your hand in my pocket, I'm straight. Right. But
Moni Love, Roxanne Shante.
I think Glorilla is better than
What?
Glorilla is a better song maker than Roxanne Shante.
Wow. That's
Yo,
crazy.
come
You
on.
really like Glorilla then?
Nah, bro, come on, dog. You know Roxanne Shante is not a song maker, bro. Come on.
Roxanne was dope. I would listen to Roxanne before Glorilla.
And she started off so young, bro.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
What about MC Light?
I think she's the GOAT.
Yes,
She's
I
dope.
agree.
Yeah, I think
She's dope.
I think she's the greatest female rapper to ever breathe breath.
I think she's the first woman rapper to me that came across like, not that she wasn't feminine, but like a lot of the female rappers really push their femininity out, but she more pushed like the culture, like the hip hop
Right.
side.
Because
You know what I'm saying?
she was hip hop.
Like she came across as a rapper, not like I'm not a female rapper. I'm just a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
she was hip hop.
she would battle a boy in a minute. She was
Yeah.
and so MC like to me, and this is just me now. I know everybody else has their own opinion, but the first rapper to come across, because Roxanne Shante was like that, but she was so young. But there was a rapper back in the day called Sparky D. She was a light-skinned chick with like real light grayish green eyes, right? And she, to me, right, was a better rapper than Salt and Pepper, the real Roxanne. All of the only difference between her and Roxanne Shante is Roxanne Shante at that early age was so gritty and hood. It was like the difference between Monica and Brandy almost, except Sparky D wasn't Brandy. She's just regular. Because Sparky D was a cutie, you know what I'm saying, back then, but she was a certified spitter, right? Like, I think she was in that Sparky D was in that category of maybe back then, maybe top 25 rapper, but they didn't give her credit because she was a girl. Right. And the only reason why I think she's not one of the GOATs right now is because in the rap era of with it being male dominated. If you did a show, dudes wasn't gonna go see a show with two females on it unless they was rapping together, right? Like dudes that like, yo, we gonna have Sparky D and MC Light and Roxanne Shante. They were like, man, I must just say my girl. I ain't going. I'm gonna just say my girl though, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But Sparky D was yeah, bro.
UNITY.
Yeah, Queen Latifah too, bro. Queen, but I think MC Light dust every MC Light. I think you could take Eve, you could take Lil Kim, Bahamadia, Glorilla, and put them all together, combine them into one person, and MC Light will destroy that person.
Yeah.
I mean, you know who I think those. I've always been a big Missy Elliott fan, though.
Definitely.
I mean, Missy is.
She's great.
She's West Side Gun. Yeah.
And remember, we was talking about how many people can rap and sing, and she can sing too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I forgot about her.
I bought her first album, bro. She was in a group called Girl. It was Sister. Like 4 light-skinned chicks and Missy.
They were called Sister.
Sister? Girl?
Yeah.
Female?
Yeah.
What's the name of it?
Sister.
Sister. They came out at the same time as Ex. You remember the group Ex-Girlfriend?
Yeah.
Ex-Girlfriend, yeah. And I bought
I can't believe you. What made you think of Ex-Girlfriend?
Bro,
and the fact that I know who they are too makes me feel weird.
Bro, fire, bro. Stacey Francis, bro. Stacey Francis is, man, look, man. Bro, that first, I bought, bro, Ex-Girlfriend can put an album out right now. Yo, that $15 I told you about, Ex-Girlfriend. They could say, bro.
Now I'll rip off Columbia House for one of their albums. I ain't spend no.
They said Columbia House still looking for you, bro. Remember the penny albums? Like, bro, the penny albums. Yo, you can't send me a penny, bro. Yeah.
Right. I changed my name like 17 times.
17 times, bro. That's how I got that Goodfellas album, Columbia House. Yeah, remember the group Goodfellas, Sugar Honey Iced Tea?
Yep.
Sugar. Yeah. DSJ, what's good, bro?
What's going on with you, Unc? How you feeling?
Man, I'm all right, man. I'm up here wondering why they were talking about that. I'm up here wondering why Lil C's first album is so slept on, bro.
Because it wasn't good.
What?
You thought I was good? Come on. You know that album was not good. Yeah, you know it was crazy. Like Big, he said Big had the whole album planned out, and then Big gets killed, and then he had to go a different route.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had the whole album planned out for him.
Bro, come on. You didn't like Lil C's first album?
Nah, I didn't like that at all.
You didn't like Girlfriend with Kelly Price?
No. It's amazing that you remember the songs off of that album.
You don't remember Play Around?
Nah, I remember that song. I didn't like this. I didn't like the singles that he picked.
What? Oh my God, bro, this is crazy.
You just say Glorilla was better than Guru.
Yeah, Glorilla better than Guru, bro.
You bugging.
Bro, okay. All right, let me, Coach, I'm going to ask you this, right? Is Guru a top 200 New York-based rapper?
I mean, that's so...
I mean, anywhere.
I can't sit here and think of 200. I mean, he's not one of my
go better than Lauryn Hill. No,
it's different. It's hard to compare the two. But as far as talent goes and all that stuff,
is Guru better than DMX?
He's not even from New York, though.
No, I said New York based.
Oh,
yeah, New York based rappers. Right? Is Guru is not even a top 200 New York based rapper, bro.
And you think Glorilla? I gotta hear a Glorilla album then, because you swear she's that lyrical,
Bro. She's better than Guru, bro.
Wow, I've never heard that. That is crazy.
Okay, think about, when have you ever heard Guru either do a feature or somebody do
What?
a feature with him
Have you not
and he
heard
had the
Dwick?
best verse?
Hold on, have you not heard Dwick with Nice and Smooth? Lemonade was
Yes,
a popular drink and it still is.
bro. He
Come
said
on,
lemonade
that's
was a
one. That's what
popular
when
drink.
we talk about like best verses.
Are
His
you
verse
talking about
on that song
like
was great.
just Guru on his own, or like the Gangstar? Like what?
Nah, I'm just talking about any verse. I'm a Guru fan, but I understand who he is. And Try did have a verse that Dwick verse was fire.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna front. But look who he was rapping with, bro.
Yeah, Greg Nice had a dope verse. Smooth B. They all came correct on that.
Yo, this dude had a song. Gangstar had a song called "I'm the Man."
Mhm.
Yeah, y'all remember that?
Yep.
Alfred Griffin. He had a joint called "Above the Clouds," right?
Yeah.
Guess who he had the audacity to get on a track with?
He had Deck.
Inspector Deck.
That's another great Deck verse.
He slaughtered Guru on Above the
Yep.
Clouds.
He did.
But the thing is that there's so many actual New York rappers. Like you like giving him a New York base that he don't really have.
Yeah, Guru is probably.
Like wasn't he from like?
Yeah, he from
Boston?
Boston, yeah.
But he was based in New York, though, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, they moved to New York, right?
Yeah. Oh,
DSJ fell asleep on him. And we got you that boring already.
Show it down.
DSJ you got tired on us, boss?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Nah, I'm just listening to y'all talk about, you know what I'm saying, Guru and
Gorilla.
I'll be honest,
right.
I got into I was actually, you know what I'm saying, reminiscing on the Jasmine Taz album.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying, just because of the fact that, again, it was like Guru by himself. Like there's no DJ Premier influence. So you get to finally see, like, okay, with you on your own, even though of course we know with Gangstar, we know he was basically the rapper while Premier was the, you know, DJ / producer.
Right.
Just to hear him on somebody else's, you know what I'm saying, music, somebody else's track.
Mhm.
That has nothing to do with the legacy. Almost like if you had like CL Smooth and Pete Rock. Okay, well, what does it sound like?
I think CL Smooth is better than Guru.
When CL Smooth is on somebody else's, you know, track. And so, yeah, I just got to reminiscing on that. You know what I mean? As far as with Glorilla, I'll be honest, I like some of her stuff, but I've yet to listen to the whole album. So I can't make that comparison, but I like what she brings to, you know, to hip hop right now. Is definitely better than what Sexy Red brings.
Pretty much.
Like,
right.
And it's crazy that they in the same camp, but
Wow.
But they two different people, bro.
Two different entities, yeah.
Yeah, they two different people, bro. And bro,
I mean, that's a lot of people. Yeah.
Talking about 200 rappers better than Guru, bro.
No, they can't be that 200 though. Now there might be some that they ain't off the tip of our tongue, like thinking of. Because you gotta think about all the people. I mean, there's
all the ones based in New York too. Like
there's like it's hard. Like females, there's so many ones that I don't know. There's just a lot of rap out of New York. It's just, I mean, that's where I don't know, man.
And then when you say that, do I have to rank like every member of Wu-Tang individually?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's 6 dudes right there.
Yeah, of course.
Isn't it? Wait, 6?
Nine, and then you got like
11.
Oh yeah.
It's a wait a minute. It's 13 Wu members?
No, it's not.
It's nine actual like original Wu-Tang Clan members. Then when you look at the affiliates, you got like Sons of Man,
Yeah.
Well, why don't we go the other way?
Wu
With it?
Syndicate.
Yeah.
Who's the top 10?
Killer
New
Army.
rappers?
Right, Killer Army, Killer Bees,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shaheem the Rugged Child.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So there's
Even Redman associates with them at
Right.
times.
He's a member.
Yeah.
yeah, so it's hard to just, as far as just throw every single one of them and say, okay, well, yeah, all of y'all are better than group. Like I don't know, maybe there's a couple of them that, hey, fam, like
is Guru better than Capadonna?
I think he is. Yeah.
yeah.
I don't think so, bro.
What?
I
You just don't like
don't.
Guru.
I'm not gonna sit there and
There's
say
no way.
like by a margin. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I think it's a slight edge.
There's no way that man better than Cappuccino, bro. There's no way, bro.
Yo.
All right, let's go to like some obscure.
But I also feel like, I'm sorry. I also feel like Shaheem is better than Capadonna.
How about AZ, Mr. AZ?
Yeah.
He's better than AZ.
AZ better than Guru.
What?
AZ better than Guru. I would say that.
Come on, man. AZ is in that Nas Jay-Z category. Now, and now, am I saying he's better than Nas and Jay-Z? No, I'm saying in that stratosphere of, what I'm saying, like I don't think Guru is better than Conway, right?
Oh, you're naming the new era rappers then.
I'm saying New York based rappers, period.
Right.
What about Talib?
Well, I know he's better than West Side Gun.
Yes, he definitely is.
Yeah, he better West Side Gun and Biz Markie, bro. That's in the
Oh man.
What about
I mean, shout out to them because I like their music. But if we talking about him versus Guru, and it's like a lyric for lyric, bar for bar, who's better? Like, we're not even.
I put Guru in the Kumo D category.
I think Kumo D eat him a lot too, but respectfully, Kumo D, Special K, all of them eat Guru, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, man, all them dudes, bro. Guru is.
What about EPMD?
Yeah, they Parrish and Eric better than Guru, bro, in my opinion. Everybody from Hit Squad, Def Squad are better than Guru. Everybody. And if you in Hit Squad, Def Squad, everybody.
So Marley G, you're saying Marley G is better than Guru?
So everyone in Wu-Tang is better than Guru?
Yes, Marley G. No.
Are you saying everyone in Wu-Tang's better?
Yes.
No.
Even RZA?
No.
Okay. That was a good one, Coach. Because RZA.
No offense to RZA, but
because RZA is a skilled rapper that thinks he's better than what he really is.
Right.
Especially in Bobby Digital mode. You're like, bro, you just sound like you and Keith Murray took ecstasy and started rapping. I mean, wow.
What's wrong with Keith Murray?
No, I like Keith Murray. I like.
Nah, but it's like too lyrical based.
They sound like the Coach. What's the dude in jail on that In Living Color? The inmate on In Living Color. When you just make up words that don't even go.
Oh yeah.
That's Keith Murray.
He clarify.
Yeah.
The pontification.
Yeah, bro. Keith Murray and RZA.
RZA has his moments, but I never felt like he was like one of the best in movie.
Like I like RZA.
Yeah.
I like RZA a lot.
You like Cameron.
I like Cameron too. I think Cameron except when he say pewters be putin'. Anything outside of that, Cameron.
He always says that.
I know.
Heavy D. I know you.
It's funny because that's what I always say about people when I talk about Cameron. Do you like Confessions of Fire Cameron?
Right.
SDE Cameron, like, you know what I'm saying? Or do you like Purple Haze, Killer Season Cameron?
All right, if we go in New York, like, who is the top 10?
Wu-Tang Clan.
That's a whole group, though.
Nah.
No, just doing groups, or we doing like individual?
Bro, and Tribe, can I make a concession with you just so I can let Guru live? Let me make a concession so I can let Guru live.
Mhm.
Bro, I didn't even mention the whole country. I said top 200 in New York, bro.
Right.
If we was to include everybody, is Guru better than Eminem?
No,
I mean,
I don't
is
think
he better than Beanie Siegel or
I would
Freebie?
say Guru's in the top 50 of New York.
Yeah, he had some joints, yo. I can't believe you said Glorilla is better than Guru lyrically.
Bro,
I'm still
Come
on that.
on,
That's
man.
crazy.
yo, y'all killed. First it's the Isleys, and now it's Glorilla. I mean, what's going on here, bro?
Is he better than the Beastie Boys?
It depends
I
on who
don't
you
know.
ask. It depends on who you ask. Because the Beastie Boys fans are gonna outnumber
Yeah.
Gangstar fans like 50-1.
Like Beastie Boys don't get like because a lot of the things that they're popular about, like their hip hop isn't as respected as it really should be.
Right. When they started writing their own stuff, they kind
Yeah.
of went into a lane of like Fred Durst and all of them. And it's like,
Yeah, they mix like punk rocky sound and shit stuff, you know.
but even when they came out, they were always in that lane. The only thing is, I think people took over that lane and didn't give the beat because, bro, they had a song that they were talking about Paul Revere and Brass Monkey in the 80s, bro.
Right.
Back
Yeah.
when dudes was talking about forget Oreos, eat Cool J cookies.
Yeah, but later in their career, I mean, that Intergalactic, that's fire, that joint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And their DJ, that dude was a beast.
Yeah. Yeah.
That dude that they had live all the time, that guy was ridiculous. I don't know his name.
And during that time when all of them were dope, Guru was talking about, if these are the words that I manifest, I manifest. Come on, bro. I ain't no white Guru. What are we talking about, bro?
Matt Guru, that's a classic song right there. Manifest.
Is LL Cool J a top 10 New York rapper of all time?
Nah, I don't think so.
He's not top 10 to you?
What?
Wow.
No, but listen, but let me tell you why. I'm gonna say why. In the 80s, he was probably number 1. In the 90s, he was top 5. In the 2000s, maybe top 50. The 2020s,
Whoa.
he's definitely top.
He didn't come out with nothing for like 25 years.
Yeah, he became an actor after that.
Yeah, but that's my point though. My point is depending on the time frame, you kind of go up and down in that list because if we say okay, so if we say LL is
It's
top
like Will
5,
Chamberlain, and then he keeps getting pushed down.
Bill Russell, yeah. It's like us looking at Bill Russell's shooting percentage. Like people say Bill Russell's the GOAT, and then you see he shot 43% from the floor at the center position, and you're like, how you the GOAT and you can't shoot, and you shoot a lot, right? So it's one of them things where I think LL is in that range, but we often forget about names like Nas, Jay-Z, Biggie, Sean Price, Coogee Rap,
Rakim,
KRS-One. Right. I mean,
Big Daddy Kane to me.
Big Daddy Kane, bro. That's what I'm saying. That's why when we talk about Guru, I'm like,
Ghostface Killer.
Guru's not even
like
better than
Ghostface Killer?
Oh, come on. Freak.
Yeah, come on, try. You think Guru's better than Raekwon?
Ray, listen, Ray is dope. Again, like he have his moments. He's dope, but I think Guru, like you got to really know the gangsta stuff. Like Guru had a lot of dope songs, man. Like his voice fit well with Primo's production.
Let me try. I know you the walking encyclopedia, bro. But let me just say this, and I think it's reverse. I think Guru's production highlighted. I mean, Primo's production highlighted Guru. If that makes sense.
They both sync. They sync well.
Right, but I never saw people thirsty for a Guru verse.
He did a lot of collabs though with people.
Yeah, he did.
You know, De La Soul and Diggle Planets, and he did a lot of features.
And Chuck D,
Yeah.
is he top 10?
Yes.
Mm,
Who I
No.
think he
He's
is.
not. Feezy, you got to think about that.
what?
Bro,
About Chuck D.
About I respect Chuck D, bro.
come on,
You
man.
respect him with that. You didn't say he was top 10 of that.
Now you trolling, bro.
No, I don't. No, lyrically, I don't see. The thing is, when we say lyrically, right? Lyrically is not always what you say, right? Lyrically is about what you say, right? The style that you say it in, right? The cadence, right? Like I respect Chuck D. I think Chuck D was a great rapper for his time, right? But I think if Chuck D is timeless, I don't think of Chuck D as transcendent, if that makes sense. Like I think Public Enemy is like, for instance, if you get Chuck D and Ice Cube to rap right now, Ice Cube right now sounds like a dude that's been rapping since the 80s, right? You get Chuck D to rap right now. I don't know if Chuck D can do that.
What you
Now,
mean?
mind you,
Like to me, them like Westcote, like NWA and all them, like Chuck D sounds like that. Like the way NWA came out was rapping, like they sounded like Chuck D. Like to me, if you listen to like Black Steel and the Hour of Chaos, you ever hear that?
yeah, of course.
Public Enemy,
Yeah, of course.
man. If you close your eyes, that sounds like NWA.
I got a letter from the government. What, is that the one? I got a letter from the government the other day. I got a letter from the government the other day. I opened and read it. It said they were suckers.
Here's a land that never gave a damn.
Right. Yeah.
I
mean, yeah. So when you, respect to Chuck D. I'm not.
I just always liked his tone though and everything.
I think Chuck D's a better rapper than Guru. Let me just say that.
Wow.
But the fact that you're kind of saying it like matter of fact, like just like
I think MC Shan is better than Guru.
You just don't like Guru then.
No, I love Guru, bro. I'm a Gangstar fan. I got all the albums.
You name everybody that's better than Guru.
No, I did not name.
You said Gorilla is better than Guru.
I didn't name everybody. Come on, don't do me like that, Try. You didn't hear me say Designer is better.
What about
Conway? You said Conway is better than Guru.
You don't think Conway's better than Guru?
Conway is dope, but it's like, see, I don't think you could put like I don't feel like you can measure the new era artists right now because they still have a lot to prove to me. Like if they around like in 20 years, then we can say, okay, Conway might be better than Guru. But he don't even got really 10 years under his belt yet.
Is Guru better than Rock Marcy?
Nah,
Rock Marcy.
I like I don't know. Some people would say he is, but I like Rock Marcy's style of rap more.
Yep.
What about Big L? Remember Big L?
I think he might be the GOAT, bro.
Yeah.
Big L, boy. He
might be the greatest rapper ever, but him, Big L, and a dude named Kid Hood, you never got enough of their verses to.
Yeah, he didn't have a big enough catalog.
Yeah,
I don't know how many he had.
Bro, Kid Hood, everybody that was around Kid Hood.
Hood?
Yes, this dude, he was on, bro. This dude did Try. Would he have like 2 verses? He had like 2 public
he had
verses.
this. Right? We only hear him on the Scenario remix, and then he dies.
Yeah, bro, that dude, bro, that dude.
Well, that's like the DOC.
Yeah, him too.
He was better
than Guru.
He was supposed to come out, and then he had
the car accident.
Yeah.
And
they were all saying he was better than all them.
He was on the verge of being the GOAT, bro. His pen game is probably better than Ice Cube's, but at the same time, you hear Ice Cube rapping his own lyrics, and you hear others rapping the DOC's lyrics for obvious reasons, right? So, like, I don't even think Guru is better than Saha the Prince.
Oh man, what? What?
Come on,
How many classic albums do Sahara the Prince have?
bro. I'm saying better rapper. I'm just saying better rapper.
Well, if we
rapper
just
than
base it
Guru?
off of rapping, yeah, he's better than Guru.
Bro, yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. I mean,
Wait, when you said Glorilla, and Sahara the Prince is better than Guru.
yes.
So who else in this era do you feel like is better than Guru lyrically?
What about Lloyd Banks?
Oh, he way better than Guru, bro. That ain't even up for discussion, bro.
What?
Oh man,
That ain't even up for,
You think
yeah.
Lloyd Banks that good already?
I'm taking Lloyd, Jada,
wow,
Buckshot, Fabulous,
Fabulous,
all of them over
Fabulous.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yep, all of them over Guru, bro.
How many classic albums Fabulous got?
Like one.
No,
One? He got one?
Well, two.
He got two. You're the first person to say that because, like, when you ask his fans, they don't even know.
Well, it was that. What's crazy is, even though he came up in the 90s, is like, I think his most popular was like came out. I think it was called the Soul Tape or something.
Yeah,
the
mixtape.
2002.
Soul Tape 2 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
2000.
If we're being honest,
2010s.
Fab got better mixtapes than he has albums.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like that too, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, because it's easier on the production. You don't have to be like, whatever. You could just take joints that everybody love and just rap on them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, see, I didn't say nothing egregious about Guru. Like, I'm not gonna say that Mims is better than Guru. Like, I ain't gonna say nothing crazy like that. Right?
You just said Glorilla is better.
Come on, dog. But she's better.
I gotta hear Glorilla now because this is crazy.
Yeah. I just look. I love the ladies. I love y'all. Much love. But it's not natural for me to gravitate towards a female artist, like singing or rapping. Like, they gotta be, because me personally as a musician myself, and a little bit of a singer and entertainer and stuff, I gravitate towards the talent. I put away how sexy they are and all that stuff. I try to not let that influence me. You know what I'm saying? And so, for a female artist to wow me, like, I'm not saying she's got to be even better than her male counterpart. She just has to be legit. Like we were talking about, like with MC Light, like she was like that for me.
Yeah.
Like, she was the first female MC, like Roxanne and all that. I was kind of more of a b-boy and like a break dancer back then when I was younger, and Roxanne wasn't my thing, But like MC Light was the first female MC that I started. Like, okay, I like this one, Right. So, and it was like that for me too with female singers and stuff. Like, they had to be like something special about them, or just something that caught my ear. Like Sade was like that for me. I mean, yeah, it helped that she was sexy. Don't get me wrong.
Man.
But like, even like Annie Lennox, and there were Eurythmics.
Yeah, man.
Like Stevie Nicks. Like, there's females like the singing, like just something about them, like Adele. I love her voice.
Yeah.
Like there's certain female singers that speak to me that I respect.
I'm not saying, but Coach, I'm not saying like I get where you're going, right? I'm not saying that Guru is trash. What I'm saying is he's not better than Joe Budden or Immortal Technique.
Where you rank them though?
Is that slander?
No, for the gangster fan base it is.
But how much have you really listened to Glorilla? You actually listened to her album?
Yes. Coach,
you liked it that much?
You remember what you said about Spotify? Remember
Which album was it?
I don't know if I listened. I never bought her album.
So it was just her and a couple of her tracks you started hearing.
No. I search her on YouTube and let the YouTube playlist play.
I got you.
That's what I do.
Cause like something like I'll give some.
Wait, yeah. So y'all don't search on YouTube and listen to the music on YouTube?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, because the thing about it is, how do you know what's dope if you only listen to the stuff you already know?
I gotta hear her now. I gotta hear Guru because I don't believe she's better than Guru.
Okay, all right.
I need to listen to her. Thank you. Like, I don't want to listen to her collab stuff. Like them club nasty twerking stuff. I don't want to hear that. That's
You don't want to listen to you don't want to listen to Meg, basically.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like, there's parts of Nicki Minaj, some of her catalog, that she has some actual rapping talent.
Yeah.
But then she goes into this lane of being a sexy ass.
Super bass.
I mean,
super bass Nicki.
Don't get me wrong. The man in me appreciates the hell out of it. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? Same with like Cardi B. Like they all they ride their sexuality so much, it takes away from their rapping talent.
Right.
That's what I've been trying to tell LL all these years, bro.
Like LL licking his damn lips all the time.
Look at the dehydrated ass.
You know? I mean, pulling his Kango down to his nose and just having his lip show when Mama said knock you out.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Looking like what's his name from Fat Albert. Hey, Fat Albert. You know, with the hat and the lip.
Yeah, I know.
Which one was that? Jabberjaw? I forget his name.
Well, forget Oreo, eat Cool J cookies.
Yeah, man.
Hey.
I think they're treating this conversation as if I said that Freedom Williams is better than Guru.
But
right.
Can you name 3 Guru songs like just that not touched you, but like man, that's a good song.
Above the Clouds is dope. I'm the Man is dope. You Know My Steez is dope. Bro, Gangstar has like 50 songs.
Yeah, so that's my point. You can't say that about Glorilla. Name 3 of her songs.
She hadn't been out for 15 years yet.
Bro, she got more listeners than Gangstar has ever had already.
But Coach, this is the thing. So I had the same conversation with same type of conversation with somebody in, I think it was like October, right? Where they don't want to say that Christian McCaffrey is one of the greatest running backs of all time because he hadn't played 52 years. Bro, your eyes can tell you.
No, that's the same people that say you can't put Bo Jackson or Gale Sayers in the conversation.
Bro, people are telling me that Christian McCaffrey can't be better than Jim Brown because they hadn't played the same amount of years. Come on. What are we talking about? Just because Glorilla is new doesn't mean she's whack. And I think we're associating today's hip hop and how whack it is with every artist that raps nowadays, and that's not fair. Every artist that raps nowadays is not fair. And then there are some artists that we consider new that are not new at all because they've been out 10 years. Like Drake should be in the GOAT. Drake has been out for It's 2020. Drake has been out for 17 years. Drake's not new. J. Cole's not new. Tyga is not new. 2 Chainz is not new. Try. What's the kid from Chicago? The Chicago Chance the Rapper. He's not new, bro.
But yeah, but how many of them are gonna be a GOAT? That's the real question.
All right, here we go.
The way I look at it is the GOAT conversation morphs depending on who is setting the parameters, right? Like when I was young, Melly Mel and Grandmaster Caz were the GOATs. Nobody could out rap them. And then LL Cool J put his radio on the table. And then now you got somebody else in the conversation, right? And then you're like, well, it'll be them 3. And then Caz and Melly Mel was putting out wax stuff. And LL was going platinum or going gold all the time. And then now you're like, oh, wait a minute. Who's these dudes from Long Island? Like, I ain't even know. Like, I heard, like, I thought Wine Dance was the suburbs because I was in Jersey City. I'm like, Suffolk County has a rapper named K Solo. What is, bro? I thought Suffolk County was like where we used to go fishing. No disrespect to Suffolk County, everybody. I'm just saying. If you from Suffolk County, if you from Nassau County, whatever, don't be mad at Uncle Freeze. I'm just stating the facts. But Nassau,
I'm from Suffolk County, so don't.
County, that's when we used to go out there to go fishing, bro.
Hey,
how you rapping
EPMD, bro. That's all I gotta say.
Yep.
Yeah, I know EPMD and K Solo.
We also have Biz Marquee, but
Father MC.
Yeah.
Cousins
and Soul for real.
Remember Cousins Stiz?
Yeah, man. I'm not even golly, what's the dudes that used to that came from out there?
They Lost Souls from Long Island too.
The young black teenagers is from out there.
And Rakim is from Long Island, technically.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is he from Brentwood or Wyandanch? I can't remember. But the point that I'm making is you could be a great rapper from anywhere. Just because a dude is based out of Brooklyn, we think he's the GOAT. He based out of Brooklyn. That don't make you, bro. Guru might not be a top 20 rapper from Brooklyn, bro.
Well, he's not from Brooklyn. That's what I keep telling you.
I'm saying based in Brooklyn. I'm talking about based in Brooklyn. No.
Like Busta's from Long Island.
Yeah.
Chuck D.
Oh, and I'm gonna say this about Busta, y'all, and I know y'all gonna be mad at me when I say this, right? Busta Rhymes he gets a lot of love. Let me just say that.
As he should.
As he should.
Don't you start that blasphemy.
Bro, Busta Rhymes is
What?
Bro,
oh
he is the living proof of someone that's got he has many styles, bro. Like he can rap fast, slow, rhythmically. He's just too original.
Did y'all hear Busta Rhymes' verse on Flavor in Your Ear remix?
Yeah, that's why they sent him for last.
They probably should have let the tape run out. Him and the last boy.
Oh my god!
No.
Come on, bro. Y'all think that's
I got to be honest. If anybody needed to be taken off that record, it would have been Rampage.
It was LL. LL's verse was trash.
LL verse was absolutely trash.
Yeah.
Bro, him and Rampage. That's what's the name? Bro, come on, y'all don't remember when Busta was trying to bring out Rampage and Rock Marcy? I mean, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Flip Mode Squad. Come on, bro. Busta wasn't even the best rapper in Leaders of the New School, bro. We all know who's the best rapper. Busta just had an energetic gimmick.
What?
He was dope though. Like Charlie Brown was dope too. Dragon. Charlie Brown was dope, but Busta to me was like the star of that group.
Busta was a guaranteed star. I think, if anything, his charisma on the mic was evident, but I think his rapping ability was secondary only because again his charisma shined through.
You talking about Buster?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I also think that in terms of he was nice, and I mean we can recite a lot of his verses over Charlie Brown's or Dinko D's.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Buster was better than Dinko or Charlie Brown. Yo, Buster had a song called Feminine Fat. I liked it when I first heard it, but now when I go back and listen to it, I'm like, oh my God.
One song? So you're basing his career for one song?
No. That's not what I'm doing. Nope. Because Buster albums are usually dope. Buster albums are usually dope, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the early albums.
Yeah.
Right. The Coming was dope. Pause.
Yes.
Right. Extinction Level Event.
Mm-hmm.
All of these are now. ELE2 was trash. Hot
You didn't
trash.
like ELE2?
Talking about the one that came out like 8 years ago?
Yes.
5 years ago?
What?
No.
Oh man.
It wasn't bad. It might not have been as good as expected. I think the expectations are high, but when it comes down to Busta Rhymes, they're supposed to be.
Bro, that man has album cut or joint like the Conglomerate. And y'all remember the Conglomerate?
Mm-hmm.
Busta. Yeah. Respect my Conglomerate. Bro, fire. Right? But come on, bro.
See, for me, like I grew up on Long Island, so for me, Busta's like, I mean, I just he's up.
Busta's alright, bro. But Coach, Busta's alright. Busta
So you don't think Busta's a GOAT? You don't think he should be on Mount Rushmore?
No, Busta is
what?
Maybe not the top 4 ever, but
no,
he's definitely
he's a GOAT.
He's one of the good ones.
Bro, Busta is like a brand new pair of white on white K-Swiss. That's Busta to me.
Not even Air Forces.
No.
Like, you know who else was dope from Long Island? Keith Murray.
Yeah,
Keith Murray. Yes, Keith Murray would, but I don't think Keith Murray's better than Busta. But Keith Murray was dope too.
Mm-hmm.
When you slow Keith Murray down on when Keith Murray and Def Squad is peak Keith Murray to me.
Right, I agree.
Right, like
when he had some.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Coach.
No, go ahead. No, I didn't really have anything.
I was gonna say, man, some of these got like when we talk, the further we get into this conversation and the more names we bring up, I think the more y'all gonna be like leaning towards my side of Guru is great, but we can't put Guru in this thing of
top 100. He's top 100.
Rock Marciano.
I like Rock Marciano better. I mean,
that's another Long Island.
That's preference though. And it, what about is Guru better than Dave East?
Yes, he is. I think he is. See, the thing with Dave, like, I think Dave's trying to do. He's trying to do two things. Like, he's trying to appeal to the mainstream and at the same time, stay close to his Harlem and Queensbridge roots. Yeah. Like, but I don't think he's been consistent like that. Like, he can do an album with Happy Fraud, and then do an album with Ransom, but it's like to me, he's conflicted in. Who's his audience? Is it the mainstream? Is it the boom bap audience? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But he's dope. But I don't feel like he's made enough classics to be like, oh well, I'm better than Guru.
Right. If I may, I'll say it this way about Dave East. I think Dave East was the dude that was up next. Remember when Dave East was like the dude? Everybody was like, yo, this dude up next. And then he didn't really do nothing to prove after that. After he was anointed, he didn't really do nothing.
By Nas.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. So after that, you've been waiting for him to, and it's been what, 10 years?
Yeah, just about.
Yeah. So
Even on the album with Ransom to me outshined him lyrically.
ooh.
We don't talk about Ransom. Ransom is a lyricist, a great lyricist from Jersey.
Come on, dog. I mean, come on, dog. I mean, when it come to like, I mean, I'll say this last thing about Guru and then I'll let it rest. I think the reason why I feel that way about Guru is because the delivery never changed. Even when the tempo changed, Guru's delivery never changed. Which, if you're considered him, you have to adapt to the environment, so to speak.
Mm.
Even Nas did it, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even Nas did it to the point where I thought he sold out. Remember the song him and Genuine?
Mm-hmm. You owe me.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's too. And
Yeah.
you adapted too much, bro. You gotta, dial that back in a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
What about Search from Third Base?
he's dope.
He's dope, bro.
Oh, that dude. People don't talk about him enough to me.
I agree.
Yeah, lyrically, him and Pete Nice.
Pete Nice was nice
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, bro. Both of them dudes, bro. You ain't want to talk.
They don't get
much.
enough credit for being New Yorkers either, though. That's what's
Right.
crazy.
I think both of them are better than Guru. I mean, that's just my opinion. I think it's not even when you talk MC Search or Guru, it's funny how when you think about it, it's not even close. But we give the Guru respect because he rested in heaven. I'll give him his credit because he rested in heaven, right? But lyrically, is he better?
No, they were
Search?
giving him his
No.
props before then, though.
Yeah, I'm about to say I'm not a posthumous person. I still, even to this day, don't feel like Heath Ledger was the better Joker than Jack Nicholson.
I agree.
You could take the posthumous award and shove it straight up. You know what? Let me not go there with it.
I think we wilding.
But-
Coach, we just changed subjects real quick. You see that? Now we got to talk about Heath Ledger, bro, because these dudes are wilding, bro.
Who the best Batman was or something.
Bro,
Yeah.
Not only is Heath Ledger the best Joker, right? If it wasn't for Heath Ledger's Joker at all, you probably wouldn't have these dope Joaquin Phoenix Joker movies or movie singular, right? That was dope.
Right.
Because after Jack Nicholson's Joker, people were like, it was dope, right? But you never got any Joker stuff after that.
Right.
They changed villains after that, bro.
The thing is, if you're a DC comic nerd, or geek, which I'm not in general, but I know enough of the lore, especially like on the Marvel side, it's a similar group.
Right.
DC has been known to be a lot darker and edgier and have a lot of like dark undertones to it.
Right.
And Joker's whole character and backstory, like Heath Ledger took it there in that direction that DC was supposed to go in with that kind of stuff. Like Jack Nicholson, as far as his performance, the way they made it for that, it kind of reflected the times of the late 80s. You know what I'm saying? The early, that reflected movies then. It was more a live cartoon.
Basically.
You know what I mean? Like Jack Nicholson, I think he did what he was asked to do and put his Jack Nicholson spin on it. I think if the directors told him to make it dark and crazy and gave him the freedom, like
come on, Tim Burton.
No, I'm talking about James Christopher Nolan.
Yeah,
because Christopher Nolan again, and here's the part where this is why I can't give Heath Ledger that. Cesar Romero and Jack Nicholson's Jokers were comic lore. It was based off the material, as opposed to Christopher Nolan, who admittedly said that he went away from the source material
Yeah.
and created his own version of these things. So when you see Christopher Nolan, he's not going off the comic books.
No, he's not
He's
going off the
basing
old ones.
everything off of this grounded in reality. This is how I envision the Batman kind of thing.
No, but the new DC is that though. You're talking about the old DC versions, the OG Jokers and all that. Was that comic-y, like wee-hoo-hoo, like, you know, and
Right,
like
but
maniacal,
imagine being that zany, that silly,
right?
and still insane enough to fry a guy with a with a toy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's like the insanity in, because again, the whole thing is everything is a punchline. Everything is funny. Even in the death or the crime committing. It's funny. As opposed to where you're terrorizing people, like, you know what I'm saying, as far as you snatching them off the street and you killing them.
Right.
With a simple knife to the neck. Nah, that's not Joker style. Joker style is he pulls out a gun. You think, oh God, it's over. It's the one that says bang, with the flag that comes out. All the while he kicks a bomb right under your seat. So he goes away laughing the whole time. And you think, oh, you're safe because that didn't go off. No, but here's the boom.
Yeah, no, I get you, bro. But here's the thing: for cinema goers, every cinema goer is not a comic book fan, right?
Right.
Cinema goers go to the movies; they don't go to the comic book store, right? And so when you take the Batman off the comic book page and put it in the movies, we want to see the movie, right? It's the reason why, like, when I hear the comic book guys say, oh man, it's not like the comic book. Right. If we wanted to see the comic book, we'd have bought the comic book, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
Heath Ledger, his Joker, right? And that Dark Knight trilogy. Now, mind you, there's a difference. The Heath Ledger's Joker is in the Dark Knight's Rose Gallery, whereas Jack Nicholson is in the Batman Rose Gallery, right? And there's a difference, right? The Jack Nicholson is going up against Bruce Wayne that's disguised as Batman, where the Dark Knight, the Joker, is going up against the Dark Knight, who is trying to keep businesses and all that stuff together. Bruce Wayne is basically his alter ego funding the Dark Knight, whereas Jack Nicholson is vice versa, where Jack Nicholson, Bruce Wayne is a crime fighter at night, right? Where the Dark Knight is the Dark Knight, and his alter ego is Bruce Wayne, the businessman, funding all Batman's projects so he can keep being the Dark Knight. And I know that sounds crazy, but that is the difference. That's why Heath Ledger's villain, Joker, is to me better than Jack, because you have this thing where the Joker is just as popular as Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson are dually popular when that movie comes out, whereas Heath Ledger and the actor from the Australian
Christian
actor,
Bale.
yeah, him, bro. You don't really know these guys what you knew Heath Ledger from was Humpback Cowboy, the Humpback Cowboy movie.
Monsters Ball, he was in that too.
And Monsters Ball, yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, I also thought about him from A Knight's Tale, 10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's other things that I have
Was
with
he
Heath
Bro-
Ledger, and I'm
Brokeback
looking at
Mountain.
okay,
was he Jack though?
huh?
Was he Jack Nicholson though?
Was he Jack? No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Man, getting back to this,
Guru.
I mean, while I've been trying to multitask. I've been trying to go through a little bit of this Glorilla. Come on, man. I love you, dog. I do. But she is just, I mean, look at all her collabs with the Sexy Red, Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B. The only one I like, she did this joint with T-Pain. That was pretty good.
Bro, the rappers are gonna
That's a
collab.
single.
That's the era we live in, bro. Think about what you're saying, Coach. And ladies, don't judge Coach. I promise you.
But she's wearing every other video. She's wearing a shiny bikini, man. She's sexy.
You don't like shiny bikinis.
I do, but
Okay.
that's like Biggie coming out in a banana hammock, bro, in a thong.
No.
And you want me to listen to him, bro?
Nah, bro. That's because you a straight male.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
But she's using her sexuality like, instead of standing behind her talent, man. That's like that. That's beefing. Look, Mariah Carey can sing her ass off. It just so happens that she was pretty as hell, dude.
Bro,
When she came out, you know what I'm saying?
When was the last time you saw a Usher video and Usher didn't have his shirt open?
Well, I don't consider Usher.
Right.
I don't consider Usher one of the goats. I love Usher.
Yeah. I'm with you, Coach. Usher is trash.
Usher's not a goat. What?
He ain't a top 20 R&B goat to me.
I have Usher in my top 700, bro.
700.
Yeah, come on.
What?
I am not signing off for that comment. I'll give him a top 50.
Oh man.
Wait a minute.
Nah, but you know what? Nah, if you consider him a top 50, then I can understand the wide gamut of 700. Because even though it's 700, you don't have to necessarily put him in 700 spot. You know what I'm saying? So
He don't have to be
690.
690.
I get it, but I also feel like
he's in a top 700, but
he could be
number 2. Yeah, I'd say we just try. I save. I'm saying.
Are you saying Tank is trash?
Tank sings better than his songs are. I don't know who writes his stuff. It's him or whatever.
I take it.
I like the way he sings. I like his tone. I think he's a good singer. You know what I'm saying? I like the way he sings, but I'm not a big fan of all of his songs, though. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But that's just and I'm not saying I'm any better or any smarter. As far as a personal taste goes, I like smarter. I'm a little geekier when it comes to my music sometimes.
I'm gonna say this, Coach. I'm
in the neo soul lane when it comes to really. I like jazzy sounding dudes. You know what I'm saying? That have some, just to have like a even if they haven't been classically trained, or even if they haven't been to Juilliard or whatever, they have something like that in them. Like that's why I like guys like Music Soul Child. And you were talking about Raphael Sadiq earlier.
Music Soul Child's all right, bro.
And
I was trolling about Usher, by the way, everybody.
But like, I like guys that are just good, just artists. You know, I like artists. You know, to me, there's a difference between an artist and a singer.
So DSJ, I think we got to have the conversation now, bro. Who's the greatest male R&B artist of all time?
Oh my God, that's a rabbit hole. I think that's an era question.
Yeah, I try to stay away from even like the all time because we haven't seen all time yet. But as far as what I've seen so far, um, I would probably say like Stevie,
Hmm.
um, and Marvin because again, that's just
Hmm.
that's the people that have influenced and inspired me
Yeah, me too.
from the very beginning of my musical journey. Like,
Yep. And that's who everyone behind them emulates.
That's because y'all have a Detroit bias, bro. I think the greatest music comes from Chicago.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
I agree.
I mean, you're not necessarily wrong. It's just again the sound that I grew up on, the sound that encapsulated me was those artists.
R. Kelly
Had I
and
not, but
Kanye West.
again, Marvin is Marvin is a direct influence in Kel's music.
Right.
R. Kelly has already admittedly said that his influences are Charlie Wilson from the Gap Band, Donny Hathaway, and Marvin Gaye.
Donny Hathaway's from Chicago.
Right, and I expect him to say that. Almost like if I sat here and said, "Well, if I said Luther was an influence of mine," the first thing you say, "Well, you're a New Yorker too."
You from Harlem. Yeah.
You're partial to Midwestern R&B singers. Is that what you're saying?
Me? No, no, what I'm saying is um
Well, Michael Jackson from Indiana.
yeah. What I'm saying is music comes from music is in there's music in the air, right? From everywhere, right? Like for instance, my preference overall is the Oakland stroke over the Motown sound, right? Like my preference is the Oakland stroke and the sound of Philadelphia. A lot of people's preference is the Motown sound, right? And so when I say the Oakland stroke and the sound of Philadelphia, what I'm talking about is Tom Bell on one side and the mixing of a lot of Oakland based groups, the Oakland stroke, that the West Coast funk, right? Tower of Power, Sly and the Family Stone, In Vogue, Tony, Tara Kemp,
Yeah,
a
so
lot
Raphael
of
Sadiq's from Oakland, I think.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. So like, and if it, I know people tell me about Detroit all the time, and I think they had their era, right? But they had a era at they had like a um 15-year window. And after that 15-year window, bro, it was over. In my opinion, you're talking about from 58 to about 73 or from 60 to 75. But Oakland lives forever. Philly is forever. You know what I'm saying? Like when you think about R&B from Detroit now, like who's from Detroit right now are you thinking about is as a dope R&B group from Detroit?
Well, it's the thing is, state and regional like artists aren't really a thing anymore because of the internet. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything's so global now and just
I feel
national.
because let me ask you this. I feel you, right? But let me ask you this. If I asked you about rock, like I'm gonna ask all of y'all about rock, which rock do you prefer? Do you prefer um um LA? I think they call I don't know if it's Santa Monica Boulevard rock or it's like a strip in LA where a lot of bands used to go to, or do you prefer Seattle? Right? I know all of y'all are gonna say LA, right? I know this.
Hell no,
No.
not me.
Now I
No.
know. Nah,
I'm a grunge guy.
Let me
Yeah.
let me finish, Coach. I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
I know y'all prefer LA, right? Just because it seems to have started in LA, and a lot of popular groups came from other places to make LA their home base, right? Say come from England and turn LA into their home base. And so a lot of people prefer LA. I am not one of those people that prefer LA rock, right? I would prefer Seattle. I like grunge because it's rock, but it's rock the way that people want to do it, and they don't color inside the circles of it, right? They don't color inside the lines, right? It's dirty. It's a little it's grungy, right? And that's the same thing with music that comes from certain areas, even though it doesn't come from those places like it used to, it still is embedded in their culture. You feel me? Like Portland is like a grungy type scene too, even though it's not Seattle. But the 2 or 3 friends I have that live in Portland City talk about grungy rock.
Right.
Right? Like people down south talk about soul music. Like down here in the south, if it don't have soul in it, people don't want to hear it, bro. Like they don't want to
like
hear.
Al Green to me is, I don't know. You never talk about Al Green. When I bring him up, you like shrug him off.
You want to hear my take on Al Green, bro? Try. You don't want to hear me talk about Al Green.
Don't
already
even tell me
know.
you're gonna start putting him in a Ronald Isley
Nah, Ron,
vein.
nah, bro.
They both got that same kind of like, well, I'm that little tone to it.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. You don't like you know what it is, boys? Freezy is not a tenor. So when he hears dudes that can sing that high, I think he's a little bit jealous.
Wow.
Oh, DSJ, you heard that? You heard him? You heard how he spoke about the high tenor range?
Yeah, but I mean, again, I always say it's a matter of preference. I don't ever put it on anybody. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't.
One of my favorite songs ever is a song called Hood Goddess, bro. I play it as many times as possible, bro. I played Hood Goddess today.
That's a trash song, by the way. Just for the record.
Bro, I played Hood Goddess.
But stream it on all platforms. Bro.
But stream it on all platforms. We got to pay the light bill in here, man. I mean, come on. But bro, DSA, how do you, when I talk about guys in that high tenor range, right? You know how I like most times I mention like I have my preference, right? Like I have like DSA and I were talking. DSA and I earlier were talking about. I talked to him about a dude named Tony Thompson, right? Who I adore. It's a tragedy that his life had the ups and downs it did, right? How I speak about the 2 lead singers from Troop in every conversation that we have. How I speak about Raphael Sadiq in every I just think Ron Isley is whack.
Wow.
It don't have nothing to do with Coach Allen. It's just.
Are you talking about the kid from High Five?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was trying. I'm sorry. When you were saying Tony Thompson, I was trying to think of who was.
Bro, I adore him. Bro, I adore his music, bro. Right? I adore his music, bro. Me and Ron Isley, it's just like, bro, you can't make us fit, bro. We not a combination.
I mean, I understand that. I mean, I can understand, but where does Al Green fit in for that? I mean, to me, that's old.
Bro, it's like some people don't like Steven Tyler.
Aerosmith.
Yeah.
I don't understand that, but yeah, I get it. I've heard that before.
I like, bro. One of my favorite songs is Janie Has a Pew Pew. Right?
Oh yeah, you don't want to say that G word, huh?
Don't want to be on the blacklist, bro. I promise you, I don't want to be on the blacklist no more.
Lawrence Dada.
Janie got some gum. With an M, YouTube M. Gum.
Yeah. So my thing with Al Green, I live in the South, bro. I know people right now that would love to have Al Green sing at their funeral, bro. That's how much we love Al Green down here, bro.
Yeah.
Right? But Ron Isley, nah, bro. I'm sorry. I think Ron Isley is the Quentin Grimes of
Oh
music.
my god. He's calling Ronna Isley a ham sandwich, bro.
Wow.
Oh gosh.
So we talking about Southern R&B singers. What about Teddy P?
Yeah, talking about Philly? Yeah. I like Teddy P.
Oh, Teddy P's from South Carolina. Your neck of the woods.
I don't know. I don't know.
That's where he was born, I think.
Oh.
I only know that because Teddy P's he's at my birthday, March 26th.
Oh. I thought Teddy P was born by the river in a little tent. No, that's somebody else. Okay. Right. Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. The Isley brothers are menudo in my eyes.
Wow. Menudo.
So they're popular.
They're talented and popular.
Isley brothers are menudo.
New Kids on the Block, bro.
You just saying it because they all had that. You just judge because they all had hair and they were fly, dressed like cowboys and stuff.
Now, you want me to tell you the real coach? You want me to tell you the real story? So, all right. So here's the real story, right? So my pops used to have a record collection, right? And he used to be like, "Hey, man, stay away from my records." And, like, and I used to tell my pops straight to his face, like I was a kid, like 5 years old. I used to look my pops dead in the eyes and be like, "Jim, you ain't gonna tell me what to do, right?" Right? He looked at me like, "Would you call me?" And I was like, "Hey, man, I told you I didn't touch them records, right?" So,
who's that lady?
yeah. So my pops one night, bro, I was in there like looking through his records and I fell asleep. Right? No lie. Records everywhere. I fell asleep. Right? And I hear something say "boo," right? And I jump up, and my pops legit is holding an Isley Brothers album like 2 inches from my face, and it scared the bejuju out of me. Right? He legit chased me around the house with the Isley Brothers album.
There it is,
bro. Legitimately, bro. Hand to the man. I had no idea Ron Isley had those strong features. Let me just say it that way. Bro, he chased me with that album, bro. And to this day, bro, I hate the Isley Brothers with all my heart, bro.
It's all right to say you could admit it on here. It's fine. The Ron Isley looks like the mutant frog from the Thundercats. It's okay.
Yeah, he looks like what's the blue tiger? The Lou Gossett tiger.
Panther? That's his name?
Panther? Yeah, Ron Isley looked like Panther, bro.
Ron Isley looks like an angry Kermit the Frog.
Bro, he chased me with that album, bro. And I legit was about to pee in my little undies, bro, chasing me around the house.
Oh my god.
Bro, the Isley Brothers are so, bro, coach.
You don't like Maxwell, do you?
Nah, Maxwell's fire, bro.
All right, you better like him.
Maxwell's fire, bro. I don't have nothing against.
He's a New Yorker too.
Yeah, Ron Isley, the Isley Brothers are just. They're the Ben Simmons of R&B, bro.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Bro, Ben Simmons has talent, bro. Come on, y'all don't
No.
do that.
The Isley brothers have had a long career. Ben Simmons hasn't.
Come
He
on,
ain't
dog.
never played. At least the Isley
Keith
brothers
Sweat
played.
is the Ben Simmons of R&B, if
Keith
anything.
Sweat.
No, even Keith Sweat's.
Oh man.
I wouldn't do Keith Sweat. Keith
Why y'all
Sweat.
trying to do? Why y'all be putting the Isley brothers on a?
Think about. I'm trying to. Keith Sweat is Derek Fisher is the key. Is like Keith Sweat's like the Derek Fisher of R&B.
Bro, the Isley brothers legitimately.
He was on a lot of great teams, and he won some championships. But he was just
The Isley brothers are the Landry Shamet of R&B, bro.
No, but here's why I say Keith Sweat is the Ben Simmons of R&B. Ben Simmons is the type to get 26 points on nothing but layups. He will drive to the lane all day on you and get nothing but layups. God. But if you turn around and ask him, hey, hit this turnaround midi, we're in for a long night.
Wow.
He can play some defense, though, too.
Yeah, like he does other things that's great. Same thing like Keith Sweat.
Couldn't even dance though either.
Keith Sweat can hit. He can when you get him with a good melody, he can craft a hit.
Yeah.
When you sit there and put him in the booth with another female, he can craft a hit. But if you sit here and just say, "Hey, Keith, why don't you sing this song with me real quick?" and it's just him and the piano wins. Hey, you know what? I got it from here. Don't worry about it, dog. I got it. I got it. Matisse Thybulle will have to learn how to dribble. He got it from here.
Bro, I'm looking for the album cover. I'm gonna show y'all the one.
You still kept it?
No. I'm Googling it right now just to Ozzy Brother album covers. I think that was like I was little, so that might have been 19. Say 19.
I will say I'll Give All My Love to You was probably his most fire joint.
Yeah, listen. Like I said, it's crazy that we can sit here and say that he's a trash as a singer. But again, one of my favorite songs from him is "Merry Go Round."
Yeah, man.
I'll Give All My Love to You. Yeah, that's up there. Get Up on It. Show Me the Way. Funky Dope Lovin'.
Funky Dope Lovin' is fire.
Twisted.
Come back was pretty good too.
DSJ, you know what somebody told me? Somebody told me that Keith Sweat is better than Marvin Gaye.
Who was that somebody? I gotta smack their mama.
And you know what? If you go by hits and record sales and career longevity,
nah, we ain't going by that.
You can't try. There's a case to be made that Keith Sweat is better than Marvin Gaye, bro.
No, he's not. He's good. I don't feel like he's better than Marvin.
Again, this is where I always say I don't base it off sales. I base it off talent.
Keith Sweat
Can this person with just the piano or unplugged sing a song that gets people to talking about it positively?
Keith Sweat is Frank Gore. And Marvin Gaye is Gale Sayers. All right.
So Keith Sweat is
Jim Brown.
You said Keith Sweat is Pete Rose, basically.
No.
Not great, just an accumulator.
No, Pete Rose is
Pete Rose wasn't great, bro.
Come on, man.
Pete Rose was an accumulator.
What? Now
wow.
So you're saying Pete Rose is like LeBron James, then? That's what you're trying to say?
No.
Technically, LeBron James is an accumulator. That's how.
LeBron James carried some. There was a time where LeBron James carried teams.
I think LeBron James is the GOAT. I'm not debating that. I'm just saying. I'm just talking about the best basketball player that's ever lived. team NBA basketball player.
Pete Rose has never
I'm
been
not
the best
talking
baseball
about
player.
if he's the best winner, the best ever NBA player, blah blah blah. I'm talking about a human being who's an athlete that was made to play the game of basketball on a team. That dude is the GOAT. Like LeBron James. Like just all his all around abilities, his athleticism, height, weight, shooting ability, passing ability, deep everything. He's just all the above. Like there's no real coach who throw all the stats aside, throw all the champion, all whatever. You put a handful of dudes in a gym, you put a bunch of coaches in there, and you got a lineup, and they're all playing and shooting around. Who you tell me who ain't picking LeBron James first?
Coach, let me say this about I think we do keep Sweat dirty, bro. Because the Make It Last Forever album is iconic, right? Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all what was on the radio. Y'all know what was on the radio, but I'm gonna tell y'all what was on the radio.
Pump up the volume.
When Keith Sweat's out, when Make It Last Forever came out, right? What was on the radio was a song called Push It, a song called I Want to Be Your Man, where a dude was sounding like a robot. I want to be your man.
Bro, don't
was on the radio.
That song is fire. I'm
Bro.
sorry. That song right there, you're pooing on. That's better than any Keith Sweat song I've ever heard.
Right. And you know what else was on the radio? A song called Before You Turn Off the Lights. Before you turn off the lights, let's get one thing understood.
Was that 1987?
Yep.
I gotta look that up.
Make it last forever. The album was so dope that the radio station in New York used to play the whole album from start to finish at night. At night, they would be like, yo, this is the Keith Sweat hour. And they would play the whole. Try how many songs were on the album? Nine songs, right?
Well, no, yeah.
Something like that, right? Mm-hmm. They would play all 9 of them songs, bro. It'd take like 40 minutes or so. And they would play. Oh, go ahead, Coach. I'm sorry.
I was saying there was some bangers in pop music though back then too.
Yeah.
Like
yeah. No, I'm not disputing. I'm not disputing any of that. What I am saying though is the Marvin Gaye Keith Sweat thing, I think, is we have biases. Because Keith Sweat does have a what's going on. It's called Make It Last Forever. Right?
Bro, Casanova was out then.
Casanova was out. Casanova.
Oh, Casanova.
Yep.
And Romeo ain't never been.
Michael Cooper from
The Deal was out then. 2 occasions was out then.
Oh, you know what? See, now I gotta go. Now I gotta go on my tangent, Coach. The Deal, bro. The Deal was try.
Wow.
Can you co-sign this one for me, bro?
Nope.
The Deal was trash, bro.
Nope. Okay.
Love is a House. Love is a House by the Force MDs.
Yep. And you got the key. Yeah.
Oh, baby, I think I love you from head to toe. That was out back then.
Yeah.
I remember all these songs.
Lisa. Yeah. The Deal, bro. I think the best song that the Deal ever made was a song called Sweet November.
The Deal.
Sweet November was, bro, Troop redid it. And when Troop redid it, bro, it made me go back and, you remember that? Yo, Alfred Griffin is in the encyclopedia, bro. Did y'all know that Charlie Wilson
I didn't know that.
and Shirley Murdoch sung on Computer Love?
Wow.
Yeah, in bit parts.
Yep.
And his was like during he did the ad-lib parts. Computer Love.
Yeah.
That's Tell my
Yeah.
computer. Yeah, like all of that. The
When it
runs, like
was,
you could tell the runs is Charlie. Like,
when he was doing that growling stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that part.
Yeah. How good of a band is the Gap Band? Or was the Gap Band?
overrated.
Wow. I thought they had a run up until like I want to say like 83. I
I
think after
prefer
that
Club
season they really
Nouveau.
fell off.
The Gap Band is
Uh,
over. First off, all the up tempo songs sound the same.
He breaking my heart right now. You breaking my
Bro,
heart.
this dude is pooing on the Ozzy Brothers. And now, here's a good one for you. Ozzy Brothers or the Gap Band, Freezy?
Man, it ain't even a question. Come on, bro. You know I like the Gap Band, bro.
Oh my God, bro.
Keep running.
You like humping. That's what it is.
Bro, hey man, who don't? Man. Now on the real though, the with the Osley Brothers, I think I said it earlier when we was chopping it up. I prefer the R&B, the 80s R&B Osley Brothers over the funk Osley Brothers and over the reinvented Osley Brothers.
Nah, you
I
just said
like
they was trash.
Spend the Night, That's Water Night. Yeah. Yeah. Anything else from them, I'm like, man, they it's Quentin Grimes, bro. It's Courtney Lee to me.
Courtney Lee.
Yeah. Anything,
Come
and
on, we
bro,
can't. We're not about to call the Isley Brothers the Aaron Aflalo
What?
that's
of R and
exactly
B.
who they
No,
are. Aaron Aflalo, bro. John
Oh man.
Jenkins.
Wow.
They're the light-skinned shooting guard for the Knicks. Landry Shamet. That's what Quentin Grimes. That's what I mean. And I think y'all know it too. I just think y'all don't want to admit it.
Nope. I
I
disagree.
will not co-sign that one. Mm-mm.
It's okay. Well, let me ask you.
I mean,
Let me
there's
ask.
some Gap Band songs I like. Don't get me wrong, but they all have that
They
same.
got great. The Gap Band got great music.
Yeah,
It's just
but
that their production is it's almost like Babyface. It all sounds the same to me.
yeah, but that bass and synthesizer thing, like they sound, it's like all blended together.
I'll need to test. I need to test y'all music knowledge to see who I'm talking to. Right. Name the most popular band of any genre that you think, or let me restate it. Name your favorite group of any genre you think no one will listen to.
Oh, I can name a bunch.
Wow.
I'm talking about most popular, famous now.
Oh, like a guilty pleasure, like
How
a famous band, but you don't think anyone else will like them, but you do.
Yeah, I'm talking about in this group, not in the general public. Kind of like me and 9 Inch Nails. Like y'all know I like 9 Inch Nails.
Well, that can't be true because I like 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah.
I think Trent Reznor's a pretty smart dude.
Yeah.
Musically. Let me think of one. Well, Third Base was one of them, but I didn't know y'all mess with them like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were a vibe, bro, for a minute.
Yeah, I mean they were. Let me think of one. Man, it's a. Trying to think of
What about Zap?
Well, like Zapp and Roger.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to be you, man, and Computer Lover, just
And more bounce and
just all like just R&B classics as far as our wheelhouse of the time frame and stuff. Like to me, I'm gonna say this, but I know DSJ likes them. Like Surface.
Yep.
I love Surface, bro.
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
Surface.
good.
Bro.
I mean, I sing my ass off to their stuff whenever they come on.
Do you like the joint with them and Regina Bell?
Which
I
one's
do.
that?
I love Regina Bell, bro.
Oh, I thought you said they did a joint with Regina Bell.
They did.
Which one's that?
Oh, I forget the name. It's in my phone. It's on their '87 album.
I probably know it, and I was like, oh wait, Regina Bell's on that. Yeah,
I'm gonna find it.
I'm trying to think. I mean,
It's a song. It's a song called "You Are My Everything." You are my everything. Yeah, it came out in '88, I think.
I'm trying to think. Man, that's hard because I don't know. I think because everyone's taste here is sort of similar, so it's going to be hard to find. Think of one. I mean, I know I can go into some heavy stuff that some of y'all might not listen to.
How heavy we talking?
I'm talking like,
You talking about drowning pool heavy?
I mean, I don't consider that heavy.
Oh wow!
Man, that's like
You talking about German? You talking about
like
German
if you think
slash
about
metal?
you think about the heaviest Metallica's ever played, that's like
You talking about Motorhead?
Motorhead's not heavy at all.
Okay.
I'm talking about like Gojira and like Lorna Shore, like where they're kind of doing guttural vocals, like screaming and stuff a lot.
Mm.
There's a lane of that I like.
You talking about Ozzy heavy?
Say it again.
Ozzy?
I mean, Ozzy's he's that's pop metal. You know, that's not that heavy.
Oh wow, there's a genre I don't even know about then, because
Yeah, they're like death metal, man. There's some heavy. There's I mean, there's stuff out there that's
yo, you ever saw that movie, The Great White Hype?
yeah, the boxing one.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Damon Wayans and
You remember the venue they were in to find him, and he was on stage talking about, I don't want my ego fed. I don't want my ego fed. And then he busts out into a song or whatever. You talking about heavier than that?
bro, that's not even in close to heavy.
Oh, that's light, right?
There's like some heavy stuff out there that's like pretty heavy, man. Like Cannibal Corpse, name one of the bands. It's like, you know, they're doing stuff like that. Like,
Oh, you talking about, yeah, that's a little bit beyond me, bro.
yeah,
I think the hardest I'm gonna get is Breaking Benjamins.
yeah, that's pop.
Yeah.
Now, there's some bands that do some of that, like some of it's called like deathcore, like some of the bands, and I hate the word that they have the word death in it. They don't all sing about death and all that, you know.
It's just a genre.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like known for their like drops and their drumming. It's crazy.
Wow.
But the production and stuff and the musicianship is crazy. Some of them kind of bands, but the singing, it's like not everyone likes drinking wine, you know. And some people, when they start drinking wine, it's an acquired taste, And over time, you keep drinking it and keep sipping it. You start
Yeah.
learning the undertones of it. It's got fruit and hook and barrel. Like people, I'm that way with that kind of rock and singing. It was very harsh to me at first, but the more I listened to it, I started, getting into it, really listening to it some more.
Wow.
It's something that you could probably see some of. Like there's these two dudes I watch a lot. I think they're called Lost in Vegas or something in Vegas. There's just uh two black dudes, and they're known to be hip hop heads, and they react to like metal and rock.
Right.
Like people send them things to listen to, and those two guys were the same way at first. Like some of it was like, I don't know, but then over time they've grown to love a lot of it
Right.
because a lot of those bands actually have backgrounds in other music. Like some of the best drummers in metal have a gospel background. Like some of the gospel chops, like some of them gospel drummers, like some of them metal drummers be doing that stuff. So there's more crossover than you think in some of those genres. Now I wouldn't say the only metal band and heavy band right now that crosses over with some pop and R&B and sound and stuff is that Sleep Token band I was telling you about. They straight up sound like an R&B joint, and then all of a sudden it drops like it heavy, and it just fits. It's weird that they make it work, but it sounds good. They're from England, but but nah, like stuff like that. Like there's bands like that. I don't think some of y'all have heard that. I think you could appreciate some of it. Like I would definitely play that Sleep Token band for y'all to have y'all check them out. I think you would like some of their stuff. Um, but they started trying to do that crossover, the rap rock stuff. Um, I think Rage Against the Machine did it the best when they first came out.
Yeah.
It seemed more raw and like it wasn't like forced together like Limp Bizkit did, kind of like and no disrespect to them. Linkin Park had some of it that was fit pretty nice. But Rage Against the Machine, like that Zach De La Rocca, the guy that rapped for them, he actually had some bars back then.
Yeah.
Like people don't think of him as far as rap goes, but he was rap. They were rapping about some, controversial stuff and the man and the government and real topics. But and even after them, there's some of these rock metal groups that have singers that rhythmically have a cadence that's rapish. Like the guy from the song by the group Disturbed. You ever listen to them before?
Yeah.
I was actually about to mention them as my the group that I listen to that I don't think anybody else does.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're
I
fire.
listen to Disturbed, and one of my favorite albums that's just strictly rock is actually the Crow soundtrack, the original Crow soundtrack.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. That was a good one. I remember that.
Mhm.
But yeah, Disturbed on their first album, the one that's got the sickness on it and all that stuff. There's a couple of songs on that album where he has some bars actually in a couple of parts. There's a song called "Dropping Plates" he have, and a couple other ones that he just has that weird. He's he's Jewish. Well, he was brought up Jewish, and he used to be a cantor. Like the Hebrew stuff, like when they do that chanting and stuff. And so I don't know. He's just good. He can sing well, and plus he can do other stuff. When they did that, the Sound of Silence remake, that was fire.
Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah. But man, it's hard to say because you guys are such. Because I'll come up with R&B groups and singers that everyday people would know who the hell they are, but y'all would know, So I can't think of any of them. Like I'm so surprised. There's so many people that have no idea who Joe is, and like Joe to me,
I want to know who Joe is.
Come on, man.
You talking about Joe Thomas?
Yep.
Yeah, All That I Am, that album.
Yeah, you talking about that Joe? Oh, okay.
That's one of my top 5 favorite R&B albums ever.
Joe might be.
That might be controversial to say. I don't know, but that All That I Am album is fire.
Yep.
Like every song is straight fire to me.
No, that album was fire. Absolutely. And that I don't think there's one skip.
No.
Yeah. So Joe or Carl Thomas?
Joe.
I'm Joe on that.
Okay.
Much love to Carl Thomas because again, like Emotional was fire.
Emotional
and Emotional was dope.
Yeah,
but
that's good one.
If I go based off of like sound, I think it's equal, right? One is smooth, one is dynamic, but overall, I think you just can enjoy them both equally.
Okay.
In terms of their singles, I think that's kind of. I would say I'd lean more towards Joe, but again, Joe came out way before Carl Thomas did. And Carl Thomas, when he had the machine behind him, he was turning out hits.
Joe had a couple of remixes that were like the I'm in Love Reggae Club mix. Any of y'all heard that?
Yeah.
Where it starts off with the somebody with the fake Jamaican accent doing like the dub over.
Right.
Like, come
Yeah.
on,
Champion sound, yeah.
Yeah, the fake reggae, y'all know what it is. Try, you know what I'm talking about. Remember the fake reggae in the 90s, early 90s?
He was champion on the chorus.
Yeah.
Come on, girl, and give me the lover. Yeah.
I think that right there was for. I remember hearing that in a club called City Lights in a place in Killeen, Texas. And it was during Domino was performing that night, and you know how they just play the joints before the guys come out or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And they played that. They played Rump Shaker and that like back to back with the fake reggae dub over stuff, bro. Oh my god, bro! The club, bro. People was dancing so hard, bro. It was like a workout in there. Bro, it was crazy. It was legit crazy town in there. Not to mention, Domino is probably one of the best performers that I've ever seen live, ever. And I'm talking about, and this is from somebody who looks forwards to concerts, right? I mean, Domino, bro, he had dudes in Houston, Texas, chanting "It's a Long Beach thing" with passion. Dudes from Texas, and they're talking about Long Beach. I'm like, yeah, how y'all chanting Long Beach and y'all from Texas?
Right.
But you know how it is when you get in the moment, though. When something be so, you know how you get in the moment or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, yeah, man. Yeah, man.
All right.
So again, like in terms of the conversation with the Joe and Carl Thomas thing and the preference, for me it boils down to this:
Case.
the first three albums.
Yeah.
The first three albums, Joe has everything, all that I am. My name is Joe.
Yeah.
Carl Thomas has emotional. Let's talk about it. And another one, I think this is where he went. This is where he went. Independent was so much better.
Yeah. The one that came out in 2010.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's almost no skips on the Joe album. On all three,
Right.
there's almost no skips.
Yeah.
After the emotional album, I'm kind of playing hopscotch on Let's Talk About It.
I think production was whack.
Yeah.
I don't think the singing was whack, and I don't even think the material was whack. I just think the production was shaky.
Yeah. It wasn't promoted album.
Yeah. It's kind of like SWV's last album. Y'all heard SWV's last album? The one that came out in 2010?
Nah.
I did, yeah, because they had the other girls, Lily and Taj, doing a little bit more of the solo work or the lead vocals. So it wasn't just Coco dominated.
And Taj can sing, man.
They all can.
Yeah. Yeah. As a matter of fact, the Carl Thomas album and the SWV album came out around the same time in 2010.
Mm-hmm.
They were on the charts at the same time.
I mean,
but that's why for me,
I'm trying to figure out where y'all going with this Joe versus Carl Thomas thing. I'm trying to. Like,
I gotta give it to Joe, but I'm basing it off of.
Man, Joe,
I'm basing it off of the albums. Like, which one can I listen to straight through?
Is Joe
because again, I can't base it off the talent because I think they're both equally talented.
Is Joe better than Tank?
I mean, my preference, personally.
Yeah.
No, I think it's one of those things where they're equal as well.
Is Tank better than RL?
Yes.
Okay. I'm talking about the total package now. I'm talking about writing songs, I'm talking about the total package, not just singing. Because I think Tank is a better singer by far.
I mean, if you ask RL, he would say he's top 50 all time. I don't believe that, but
but see,
this is the same dude that was like, "Keep on being the band to find me." Come on, dog.
Wow.
See, I'm a Brian McKnight guy.
Right.
Like that's my lane. So like, I don't think I've ever skipped a Brian McKnight's album.
I think I have all of them.
I mean, I don't know what he's done. I've been a bad fan the last 5 or 10 years of him. I haven't gone out of my way to see if he's got anything.
I think he carried Let It Snow. You remember the Let It Snow song, Boys II Men?
Yes. Love that song.
I think he carried that, bro.
He did.
Well, I mean,
he couldn't carry it. I think he saved it because that the first verse was Juan Morris, second verse was Brian McKnight, but then the bridge was right after the second verse, and Juan's back on it. This is a Juan dominated song. The only thing that came out of it from the Boyz II Men side was outside it's no. That's all Nate did.
Yeah.
Like nobody else did anything else outside of adding the harmonies Nate did that part, and that's it. All right, sit down. I got it from here.
Brian McKnight had an album in 2020 called Exodus.
I remember that. I never bought it. Listen to it.
I'm gonna have to listen to that one.
Yeah.
I skimmed through it. I bypassed it.
Yeah, I mean,
His songs they just get too sappy. It feels.
Yeah. And the thing about being a crooner is you are gonna have a shelf life, and knowing that you're gonna have a shelf life, you have to have mega hits that people want to hear over and over and over again, right? Because once the times change, because y'all know music changes fast. Because I heard a group. These two groups came out around the same time. One group had a single called "Ring the Alarm." Ring the alarm. Another sound is dying. Ring the alarm. Another sound is dying. Whoa, hey, ring the alarm. And then the other dude, and then the other group is like microphone check, microphone checker. And they come out and we're like, yo, this is fire.
Right.
And then a year later, dudes are like, it was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine, hanging pictures on my wall. Every Saturday, Rap Attack, Mr. Magic, Molly Mall. And before you know it, the dudes that was singing Ring the Alarm and the dude that was singing Microphone Checker were already gone. Just that fast. Just that fast.
What's the story behind, and why did they only have 2 albums and they were 20 years apart? Because that first album they came out with, I know it was a LA Babyface joint, but as yet, what's the story behind them?
You want DSJ answer? Because if I give you my answer, I'm gonna sound like a hater.
I mean, that's one of the best R&B records I ever heard. That's from a group.
I'm
like coming out the gate, like your first album.
Bro, there were only so many different ways you can package Babyface.
I know how you think about Babyface.
You can have a solo chick do it. You can have a Californian white boy do it. You can have, bro, after a while, people are like, it's still Babyface, bro. That sound, I mean.
I don't know, but the way they did his sound was good to me.
Last night.
Well, yeah, that was pretty fire.
Yeah.
And them dudes can sing their behinds off.
What's the difference between them and the Tony Rich project?
Tony Rich produced his own albums, though.
Yeah, Tony Rich is one guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know.
And they were 5 dudes that can sing.
I'm talking about the
harmonies.
Sound, I'm talking about the okay. Because to me, it all sounded the same to me.
Right.
I don't know, man.
They were on the face.
I'll be honest with you. I think at that point, a lot of those groups sounded the same. As yet, and I don't know if you remember a group called 4.0.
Yeah.
They had a song. Well, their single was "Have a Little Mercy on Me."
Mm-hmm.
I think I almost bought their album. Was it April? I almost bought their album in February.
So yeah, I think at the time there's a lot of groups that were coming out, and they were all kind of based in the same frequency.
I'll tell you who I bought instead
of sappy love songs.
I almost bought them, but I'll tell you who I bought instead. Where is it?
It had an album last year, 2024.
Hey,
oh no, never mind. It's a single.
I was gonna buy 4.0, but I bought this group called In Phase instead. Remember In Phase? Remember we had that conversation
Yeah.
about In Phase? So I bought In Phase instead of 4.0. There it is, right there, proofing. Well, y'all can't see it, but I don't think y'all can
No,
see
I
it.
can't see it, but
Yeah.
I guess because that As Yet album for me was like 96. That's right when I was in my bag with really singing R&B a lot too.
Right.
So like that, for some reason, that tone, their tone, and just the way they sang and their runs and the thing, just I don't know. It just spoke to me, but back then, I guess that's why maybe I'm thinking it's better than it was. I don't know, but it just had some fire songs on there to me. Besides the Last Night and the Hard to Say I'm Sorry remake, like every little bit of my heart on that song on that album is so good.
my favorite song on the As Yet album was
I
Inseparable
don't,
Lovers.
yeah, that one too. And I Don't Want to Be Lonely, even though I know it's sappy as hell.
It sounded it was way too baby face-ish.
Yeah, it was. But I love Babyface, so I like to hear it. So
I think people got tired of Babyface's sound as far as his albums with the day.
I'm sorry. Say that one
what?
more time.
When Babyface dropped the day, I think people got tired of his sound at that point.
Okay.
Yeah, but that Through My Heart, the arrow, that wasn't a typical Babyface sounding song. To me.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but no,
Man.
I don't know, man. That was one for me that was like, I don't know. I listen to all them songs. I can sing
Hey,
every word.
I gotta run, but I want to ask y'all one quick question. So Teddy Riley's I think the last recorded album he did was with a group called Guy. Do y'all remember? I think it was Guy. He did his last recorded album. Do y'all remember that album, Guy 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had the song Dancing.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all remember that album? Was it something to y'all or was it nothing?
No, it wasn't good.
Okay.
It was nostalgia. It was nostalgia.
I
Okay.
mean,
It's
it was
almost like a guy that goes back to New York City after being away from New York for such a long period of time, and he tells you, "Yeah, I love New York. I can't live in New York."
Yeah, I don't love New York like that, bro. I can't live there, bro. I ain't gonna front. I love
That
my
was
New
Guy
York.
3.
I love my people. I love my people from New York. But nah, man, I ain't. Bro, $40 for a pack of cigarettes, bro. What?
I'll put it this way: Guy 3 was so bad that Teddy's Jam 3 they actually graded out for some reason on Spotify. That's like an artist decision. They do that
Yeah.
sometimes.
Right.
Like, what? Why'd they do that?
Right. Yeah, Teddy's Jam 2 wasn't really that.
Yeah, that wasn't that good either.
Yeah.
Guy 3 was so bad that Teddy Riley said, "I'm gonna repair my relationship with Chauncey."
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
to me, Guy 3 was the first Blackstreet album. That was better.
Yeah. I think the first Blackstreet album was better than Guy 3. Yeah.
I don't know when that came out.
94? 94,
Yeah.
95?
Yeah, like 94.
Damn, wasn't that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they had a
Yes.
song on the CB4 soundtrack.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow, 94, bro.
Yep.
Yeah. I think CB4 might have been 93 or 94. One of them. I can't remember. So yeah. All right, fellas, man. I'm gonna run, man, get some sleep. I was gonna do the Knicks morning drive at 7:30, bro. I doubt it now, bro. I doubt it. I'm gonna rest this day, man. I probably take appointments at like 3:00 this afternoon, but I ain't even gonna answer my phone this morning, bro. I'm gonna get me some sleep. Probably go to the Hey, Triborough, y'all got Waffle House up there where y'all in the city?
Waffle House? I think they might. I don't go to Waffle House, but they might have a Waffle House around here.
Wow, DSJ, I know they got a Waffle House where you at, bro.
They got a Waffle House in North Carolina.
They got something. What do y'all have? Huddle House?
No, it's a Waffle House.
Yeah. Alpha Griffin said, "Baby, won't you be mine?" Yeah, that's the song from yeah. There's a song I want y'all to listen to. I want to give y'all some homework. It's a song called "Feels Like Heaven." It's on the Boomerang soundtrack. I just want to get y'all a sense of how dope this song is. Is it me, or is that song fire?
Oh no, that song is fire.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. You sure you know what song I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Off the Boomerang soundtrack.
Mm-hmm. I could tell you the scene in the movie too.
Ooh, it's so sweet. Ooh, it's so sweet. Ooh, it's so sweet. It feels like heaven.
Oh yeah, you do know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I was tempted to buy that song as a single, but it's only like what, 1 minute and 50 seconds, something like that.
I thought it was a short song, like a 2-minute or 2.5-minute song.
Yeah, I was tempted to buy it, and I was like, man, I don't know if I should, because I think I have the Boomerang. I think I may have the Boomerang soundtrack on CD, but I don't have it in my Apple account. The only song I have off there is the greatest Johnny Gill song ever. There you go.
Classic.
Yeah. And DSA, just real quick before I get out of here, bro. I disagree with you on Marvin Gaye being the greatest R&B singer of all time. And it's not just to be disagreeable or for entertainment value. I honestly believe it's Johnny Gill. And the reason why I think it's Johnny Gill is because Johnny Gill has done it longer. And if we're just talking about singing, I think Johnny Gill is a better singer than Marvin Gaye. And this is coming from somebody who saw Marvin Gaye sing live a few times, not in person, but on TV. I mean, it's not live like I was there, but live on TV. I think I saw him do the national anthem. I saw him do the national anthem one time, and I was like, yo, nah, he good, but he ain't, Marvin Gaye is good. Now, mind you, Marvin Gaye in his prime, I was like a baby. It's like Marvin Gaye and Clyde Frazier's careers kind of mirrored each other for me. And so they both had like these weird U-turns and exits in there. Like they were under the radar, then they were great, and then their careers meandered, and then it was over. Right. But Johnny Gill, to Johnny Gill's credit and discredit, to his discredit, his song was so powerful at an early age, I don't think people knew what to do with it. And then now in his recessed years, I'll call it that. I'm not going to call him old or retired. I'm just going to say in the later years of his career, because he's not old. It's just his career's been so long. I think he doesn't know where he fits in this musical landscape. Like, he's still a dynamic and powerful singer, but where he fits is kind of a strange place. And the thing about Johnny that separates him from the contenders or pretenders, depending on how you look at Wanye and Brian McKnight and all them guys, Johnny Gill still wants to be new and fresh and relevant and rarely looks back at the stuff that he did. At the same time, the Wanyes of the world and those guys, they constantly lean on what they used to do.
Right.
If
Right.
that makes sense.
I agree.
You feel me? And that's why I'm saying John. That's why I take Johnny over Luther. Not because not over Luther, but over Marvin. Not because I want to just argue over something. I was there. I remember listening to Marvin songs on the radio. I know Marvin Gaye. I'm familiar, like with Marvin Gaye, even in his post prime years, like 80, 81, 82, and those in that era, right? Even Sexual Healing to me was a flash in the pan, right? Even Sexual Healing was lightning in the bottle because the song on the radio was dope, but when you heard him sing it live, you like, nah, this ain't, this ain't it. Unlike a Luther, where you hear the record is pristine because it's done in the studio. But then when you see Luther do it live, you like,
Right.
I can't wait to see Luther do it live because he gonna do something crazy. Geno's, yeah, he gonna do and so, but and so that's why I'm gonna say I'm gonna pick Johnny Gill in a Pete Rose type of argument where Pete Rose was not great. He was good for a very, 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 very long time. And I think Johnny Gill may not have been great at any time during his career, but he was very, very good for 40 years.
I don't know.
If that makes sense.
Pete Rose was the best player in the league a couple of times, bro. What are you talking about?
Pete Rose was never. Pete Rose was a great hitter, but he didn't do anything else good, bro.
Are you kidding me, Freezy?
Pete Rose had 10
He
seasons
was the
of
National
200
League
hits.
MVP.
Okay. All right.
That's the best player in the league.
He might have had the best season.
He was Rookie of the Year. He was a World Series MVP, a 17-time All-Star or something like that. I don't know how many times. I think 16 or 17. I mean, yeah, he's got some stuff that's longevity based for sure.
Right. But
ain't no one gonna break his hits record.
No, probably not. But think about what
DSJ is dreaming about it right now.
Yeah. On that note, y'all, man, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank y'all for rocking with us, man. I don't know when the next time I'll be able to do it, bro, because my schedule is so weird. But man, I really love and appreciate y'all, man, and thank y'all for coming through.
I put 3 links in the private chat for y'all.
I'm gonna check it out.
Man.
Yeah, I saw the links.
The first 2 are the Alan Stone I was telling you about, and the third one is that Teskey Brothers, that Rain song.
Okay.
And they're all.
Speaking of which, Alan Stone got a dope cover of Somebody I Used to Know.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. He covers. Oh man, I forget what else he covers. I forget another R&B classic. He does a duet with with Teddy Swims. He does 2 of them actually.
Okay.
He does Sarah Smile with him. And what's the other one? Oh, Let Me Love You by Mario.
Bro, hey, just real quick, Coach, I'm gonna just say something to make you laugh. So 6 out of the last 8 Lawrence Tears videos have about 2,000 views a piece.
Okay.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Because before that, we were averaging about 400 views.
So ever since you made a little noise.
Yeah, well, more like ever since I just told YouTube, y'all, I basically told YouTube they won. Okay, YouTube, you won. I'll look at you like a partner. Now, all the stuff that I said over the past 3 years, I'll take it back, and I'll try not to cuss on the internet, basically. And so ever since then, but for our vibes and stuff, people, y'all, please subscribe to the channel, man. Please subscribe to the channel. Please, I'm begging y'all, man. Vibes and stuff has been on YouTube for up 10 million years, and all we have is 332 subscribers. Right. So basically, at the rate we're at, we're probably getting about 50 subscribers a year, which accounts to about 4.5 subscribers per month. Man, hit that subscribe button, man. Hit the like button. You're already watching. The view already count, right? Just subscribe, and so we can grow this channel, man. So, yeah. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get out of. Hey, thank y'all, fellas, and thank y'all for watching. Peace, everybody.
Peace.
Peace.
Yeah, man.